last we left off? I'm not sure where. We were in the temple. Gosh. We were in the temple of Athreos, having just discussed kind of what to do and what might be going on with the high priestess of the Acroas temple. After rocking up at Acroas and finding some new characters who you'd never seen before, you met the dwarves, and had a brief chat with one of them as to possibly what was going on, and then you went in and spoke to Vala, the high priestess of Athreos, and got her up to date with what you had done in the previous day and what was going on, and then she alerted you that in 1 month's time, on the solstice, her and some other oracles would be heading to the shrine at Nykthos, or the shrine of Nykthos, in order to attempt to commune with the gods or possibly bridge the gap that has been made. In the meantime, you kind of left the place kind of trying to work out maybe where you go from here. There was talk of possibly heading to Miletus, although as Amos did mention, what may be what once was a well-traveled road that you knew quite well may not be that anymore, and perhaps caution may be the best solution. But we leave the party having, I believe, just left the Temple of Athreos in probably about it's roughly like early afternoon.
Oh, we slept late because we went to bed late.
Yeah.
Slept late, couple hours of travel.
So we could
took you a bit to get through the gates and stuff. We
could like shoot straight through to Miletus if we wanted to.
We've got our horses, yeah?
Yeah. Lyndall, do we want to go get this pot examined by the acolytes of Arabos to see if they can decipher anything?
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm thinking. For me, finding out who else was on the tail of Vyas, who in hindsight now feels more friend than foe. I think that it's probably very important for us to at least try. It seems that, I mean, it seems to be maybe a far stretch, but the acolytes of Arabos could be of some service if even just a tiny bit. So, but that is in Miletus, but which I'm definitely down to head back towards, as long as the group is in agreement there.
Does anyone else have anything to do here?
Rather than, can we possibly ask the temple if we can use like a waypoint or a teleport of some sort, possibly to travel to Miletus rather than traveling by road? It would be quicker, and also we might then be able to
frequent flyer miles. How many we got now?
We also might be able to get you back for your tournament as well, Fluffy.
I think if we ride back, we'd make back anyway pretty quickly.
Yeah, it costs like 50 gold or something to actually use the teleporter as well.
Per person?
It cost you 50 gold that time. Elaeda, you would know that it is not a resource given out lightly.
No.
Okay.
Well, I assume if we did that, we would be leaving the horses here.
All we can do is ask the question, though.
Did we pick the horses up in Miletus? Is that where we got them?
No, we got them in.
No, you got them in Acroas.
In Acroas.
Picked them up from Phineas.
Gross.
And his best friend Furbius.
Yeah.
Well, Fluffy, you're from here. Do you have anything else you need to do here?
No,
I'm like to check into?
I'm all sorted. I mean, the only thing I have to do is to go to Miletus.
You don't have any stray children we we'd be interested in meeting? I
I
would love to meet some children of the great Fluffy.
a roll a perception check just to have a look and see if I've got any children. No.
You're all nat 20. I'm giving you children.
It's a dirty 20.
Kind of keen to just interject some children into your life.
A dirty 20
A child.
stepchildren.
No.
No, they just don't know that he's their father.
Wait, we're in a cross right now, aren't we?
We are,
Sorry.
yeah.
Yes, you are.
Okay.
I would like to look around and see, with my dirty 20, do I see anyone looking at us as we're walking through the streets? Sorry,
Normal or
that would be of interest to me. Are there any Leonans in the
Who is-
area?
right? I was like, who is of interest to you right now?
That's what I'm going for.
There's. Whoa. In Acroas, yeah. There's a couple of Leonans. You know that Acroas is relatively, like it's the closest place to the plains of not Orestes, sorry, of
that place, I know that one. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, you know the one I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Orescus.
Yeah.
Not to be confused with Orestes.
No,
Orescos.
Arrescos, yeah.
Yeah. It's the closest. It's really the closest place to the plains of Orescus, so it has like the highest density of Leonans.
Yeah, it's a geographical feature of the world, not a separate plane of existence.
No, no, like a plane of Orescus is
Yes.
like a
It is
salt
the
plain.
plains, the like the fields of Orescus.
Okay, and I don't see no one's like making eyes at me or anything like that.
No.
Okay.
Now, most people are too concerned about getting, like kind
I am.
of doing chores and stuff. It seems like a lot of people are very focused on what they're doing with what's going on just outside the wall.
Yep.
And possibly around the kingdom.
Well, seeing as we have a month and there's no...
Sorry, I just saw a hand up from Azoth, and I'm wondering if he's got something to say or if he was just...
You said
no,
no
he
one
was
was
just-
checking Fluffy out.
He's making memes.
I was disagreeing.
Oh, right. No worries. Go, Amos.
I was gonna say, I mean, if no one necessarily has like a major urge, maybe we could check out the petition board or like mercenary board or something and see if there's anything going on there in a cross.
I think Miletus is probably the best place to be in terms of like to get this pot looked at. This bit of a pot by Arabos's acolytes, purely because someone was after Vyas. We need to find out who that person is and the reasons that they are, because they may have information on stopping him, but just not the resources on how to do it. On doing it, sorry.
Yeah, I mean, when we spoke to the lady at the temple, she told us about the other creatures, Aeon, Satessa, and Miletus, didn't she?
Yeah, the
Yes.
elves at Miletus and goblins at Satessa. And
Yeah.
they were at war with the goblins at Satessa.
Yeah,
Elves
but
seem
we
to be
also
more-
don't know if those elves are friendly.
Well, they're not at war at the moment with the ones at Miletus.
That doesn't necessarily mean that they're friendly.
No, you're right.
So I don't know. If we can possibly, I mean, have we even tried to like check with anyone with the clay pot while we're in across?
Is there a
I
temple
let
of
Vala look at it, but
Is there a temple of Arabos
no.
here in Akros? Akros?
Not a full temple. No.
Right.
There's a shrine,
Mhm.
and that's kind of situated around the graveyard.
Yep.
I
mean, we could go have a look.
Temple.
We could go have a look at the shrine of Erebos here in Akros and see before we leave. If
Would we know of anyone that may possibly deal with artifacts like this? Or, I mean, since Fluffy's from here, maybe he might know?
do I have to
I
roll
mean,
history or something?
been there for.
I've spent here a lot. Yeah,
about as long as Fluffy has. You've probably dealt with people that deal with strange artifacts, not so much like religious artifacts, though.
Yeah. I mean, I do keep a large amount of holy symbols on me, so do I have like necessarily a vendor that sells me these, or
I think you've just picked them up from different temples.
from
over the
travelers?
years.
Yeah. Okay.
Like it's not like you go to a specific vendor. You're just like, doing your good old. Oh, maybe I'll pray for this.
I don't have a specific fence for holy items.
No.
No, that's unfortunate. Okay.
You don't really need a fence for it. You can just kind of go to anywhere and get a holy item.
Yeah.
Well, my intuition tells me that the connection is in Miletus. We fought the returned that were chasing by us outside of Miletus. The most likely source for this pot would be in Miletus, and if it's someone connected with the temple that would have scribed something on a clay pot, a burial urn, a piece of burial urn, then I don't believe that it would have traveled for somewhere else. We could maybe see if they could scryers and communicate with the other temple to ask, but I think the temple in Miletus is specifically where we need to look. If we're wanting to stay and we want to try to have them communicate with them, then I'm willing to try that, but and see.
What do you think?
Okay.
Amos, you seem to be a bit concerned. Is it based on the dangers of the road? I mean.
Yeah, just with the change in like that huge earthquaking shutter that we felt, and then finding out that these creatures have come here and the dwarves outside as well. I mean, we haven't actually spent too much time speaking to the dwarves either. Perhaps we should speak more to them and find out any information we can from them. And possibly on the way back as well, we keep our eye out for. I mean, we theoretically have a month before we have to try and go to Nykthos. Maybe we should use this time to research as many places as we can before going where we need to.
Yeah, I mean, any diversion in my eyes should be still with the end goal of either finding out where Helios or Clothis are, or finding out more about, the intent of. I mean, we know broadly what the intent of Phanex is, but if we hunt down some more followers of Phanex, they may have some more information as well. So, I mean, I'd be down to chase that as well. See if we can't find some more followers of Phanex.
And perhaps we should put more of an effort onto Azoth finding Heliod, seeing as he revealed that he's been missing for so long.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we can start seeing if there's any lead on, I don't know, if any demigods could potentially provide some insight on where Heliod might be. I feel like they might still be the one connection to the gods.
Do we know any demigods?
Not personally.
Do we know of any demigods to go and have a look, go and find?
I guess you've heard stories of them. Like there's the stories of Renata, who was the old champion of Nylea, the god of the hunt, who I've spoken about before.
Mm-hmm.
And how she possibly ascended to be a demigod. The same stories go for the old king of Acroas. But little is known as to where they are, if they're like still on the plains, or if they're still in like the material plane or not.
Are we 100% sure that the assassins and oracles that we had just slain are no longer in the underworld? I know Elaeda took off the coins or whatever, but are they definitely not there?
I think
people are saying a month. A month is a long time. If they're already down there,
yeah, I think with what was his name? The guy that I didn't like, Krieg. I think with what Craig was saying, I think he put our minds at ease in terms of with
There are
not
other,
yeah.
if there are other oracles of Phaenax, and
Which you can assume there would be.
yeah, they would have. I would think that Vyas and Kahir and the group wouldn't be operating in complete silence from the rest of the oracles, so they would know of some sort of timeline that maybe they need to act, right? And maybe they don't just go in and foolishly die without a means to safe passage. So I think, I don't know, whatever we do, we need to chase some
I think
some lead.
we need to find out who this person that was whoever was chasing Vyas for whatever reason. I think they're numero uno.
It is possibly worth mentioning as well. I know this kind of goes against what I was saying before, but in Miletus, it would be nice to just let Tross know and the rest of the guard that Kahir was a traitor and is now slain.
Yeah, I wonder if it might be worth in terms of following up with where the people that were following. There were horses involved, right? So really, theoretically, those horses were probably borrowed from somewhere. I wonder if there's any markings on those, if they're kept somewhere, and we can find a clue from there, maybe. If that, because they weren't killed, they were just they should be around somewhere. I wonder if they're still in Miletus.
The horses. They rode the horse. You saw them riding the horses north. Like
No,
when
so
they were scryed on.
The horses that were ridden by the
They would have taken them with them, right? They would have
return
made it
from
back to
episode 1.
Miletus.
yes, the return
Oh,
the return that were riding
right.
the horses from episode 1. Theoretically, those horses were hired or bought or something from somewhere. If there is some sort of identifying thing, then it may be on them. We may be able to find where they came from. Maybe. Unless they're returned horses, in which case I'm stumped.
They were horses.
They were horses.
The
Okay.
horses had masks as well.
I didn't.
Were they thestrals?
Buffy, you looked at one of the horses, didn't you?
Pegasi?
didn't.
No,
I
no,
didn't
I
pay
don't.
attention.
No, I don't remember.
No one ever paid the horse any mind.
No. There was 4 horses, right? It was one for each person that was involved in that fight.
We killed one of them, right? And the other one ran away. The
Yep.
one horse.
Yeah, that's right. Because one was afraid of me, and one wasn't.
The others ran. Vyas's horse was on the ground, and you guys just left it there.
Yeah. Okay.
You
So I
never-
wonder.
You never
Miletus
checked on
is
it.
coming
Yeah.
up every time.
I think checking. I think going and speaking to Trost is a good idea, Amos.
Mm-hmm.
And
think
even
that's a good call.
checking in at the local stables to ask questions can't hurt. either.
Agreed. Yeah.
Should we check in with Reese? Was it? What's the guy we hired the horses from? What's his name?
Phineas.
Phineas. Should we check in with Phineas before we leave, seeing as we're back here?
It doesn't pay him. May not pay to go and. Well, yeah, certainly, it's a good idea. That's what I'm trying to say. Yes, let's go.
Have you ever have you ever
Ever felt like this? No, sorry. Yes.
You
Yeah.
head off
Let's
towards
go.
the arena
Let's go
district
speak
then,
to. Let's go speak to Phineas. Yeah.
to try to find Phineas. You rock up at the stables that you were at the previous day, and he is there, kind of frantically running around preparing horses. And there's a bunch of people around the area. Looks like they, he's at the moment he's preparing a couple of war horses, for two knights that are standing there.
Phineas.
Yes. Hello. Give me a moment.
No, you're right, mate.
And he goes, and he hardly skips a step, going around and fixing up this, setting up this saddle and the likes. And then he goes back over to the knights and says, "All right, that'll be 800 gold for the two, all set up." And they look at him and kind of almost a bit like, 800's a little steep for 2 horses. He's like, yes, well, supply and demand and all that. Take 'em or leave 'em. Fine. Puts out counts out some gold and some platinum and puts it out on Phineas.
Are they standard horses or war horses?
They were war horses.
War horses.
Okay.
All right. How can I help you, Fluffy?
Oh, we're just. I'm making sure you're okay. We noticed the earthquake as we were riding back into across.
Business is booming.
Yeah.
It's a madhouse in here.
Yeah, I can imagine.
You wanting to hold on to your horses, or shall I buy them back?
We are looking at holding onto them because we're going to be doing some other stuff, but wouldn't mind you having a quick check over them just to make sure everything's going okay if you can.
It'll have to be real quick.
Yep.
And he just kind of runs over, and just kind of looks at them all. It's like, well, they seem to be doing all right. They look a little bit skittish, but yeah, mostly fine.
They've seen a lot.
Oh, you've only been gone a day. What the hell?
Don't
happened? I mean, the bloody earth cracked or some.
Don't start.
Anyway, I've got to get back to this rabble, and he points over to this, the kind of clutter of people out front near the stables. If you need anything, don't hesitate to come by.
I flick him 2 gold pieces and thank him. I'll be back.
I look forward to it.
Have fun.
You better come for the next tournament. I've got some money.
Come down to Miletus and you'll see us in the Champions, in the Premier Cup or whatever it's called. Champions Cup.
Champions League.
Champions League, thank you.
You think I've got time to come down at the moment?
No, well...
Yeah, nice.
Catch it on KO.
Just order it on pay-per-view.
Pay-per-view?
Pay-per-view.
Pay-per-view.
No, not pay for. Pay-per-view.
Pay-per-view.
Scryer per view.
Love you, Phineas.
Yeah, Bye. And he runs back around to the and starts serving the next group.
Alright, I think we just piss bolt over to Miletus. Piss bolt. If unless everyone else has a better idea.
Do we hesitate? I say nay.
I might just want to stop by the general store really quick.
Do we...
What would you like to do?
Merchant store. I want to restock on arrows, all that good stuff. And I also want to... what was it? I want to see if I can sell this ram fleece full. Just because I've been carrying it since I killed that
Nick's sheep.
that I haven't
The
done
Nick's
anything
ram.
with.
Sure.
Actually, and the spell book as well, to be honest, both of them, because neither of them, I can't do anything with them. You said that spell book I can't do anything with, right?
You can't? No.
Yeah, I can't. Didn't I give it to Elaeda and have her look at it as well?
No, you haven't had a look at it yet.
Actually, now that I think about it, Elaeda, do you want to have a look at this book that I picked up from one of the the people in the dungeon? Hey, have a look.
It's quite ornate. It's very. Where did you pick this up from?
Oh, one of the guys in the tomb had it on him. It was one of the dead ones. Can't remember which one.
It was a little bit of
It was the assassin. I think it was the assassin, the one that almost killed me. Yeah, one shot me. That was the one.
Yeah.
Elaeda would quickly like to quickly flip through the pages if she can.
Yeah. You see a bunch of spells. Notation is kind of hard to decipher. You kind of know that each wizard has their own.
That was literally one of the things we joked about.
Specific notation on spells.
Was that it was like the Mythic Odysseys of Thanos. I actually wrote Mythic Odyssey of Thermos before we started the thing.
You can probably transfer the spells into your own book.
Yeah.
With enough time and money. It requires a fair bit of gold to do that,
Yeah, I
as you
think
would be required to
50
practice.
Gold.
It's 50 per level.
Yep. Wow.
Yeah.
Is there any? Can she know what
significant.
spell she's copying before she copies it, or?
Yeah.
Okay, beautiful. Alright.
So when you find a wizard spell first level or higher, you can add it to your spell book. If it's a spell level, you can prepare, and if you have the spare time to decipher and copy it. So it involves reproducing the basic form of the spell, then deciphering the unique systems and notation used by the wizard who wrote it. You must practice the spell until you understand the sounds and gestures required, then transcribe it into your own book in your own notation. For each level of the spell, the process takes 2 hours and 50 gold.
Yeah.
Wow.
Do you know Fireball?
No.
You note that one of the spells is Fireball.
Can I know Fireball?
It's a 3rd level spell. You
Oh.
can know Fireball.
Oh.
Zappity doo, burny, hot.
There's some other spells as well that I'll go through if you haven't
that's right.
already. You do note that some of the pages are damaged.
Yep.
In the final strikes, he damaged it or it was damaged within the fight. So there are only 4 spells that you can actually still make out.
Yep.
Okay.
It was engulfed in flames at one point.
I was gonna say, was it the assassin that ran into
Yes.
the room and
Yes.
then come back
It does smell like burn head. Yeah.
half
burn
sizzled?
Charred leather.
It was just him.
Grilled
As for trading in the ram fleece and then buying the arrows, because of the markup on a lot of items at the moment, due to the frantic nature of what's going on, it'll cost you it would cost you 1 gold to buy the arrows, trading in the fleece for extra coin.
Right. Okay. So I think I already reloaded when we did the long rest, but I think I used 7 arrows or something like that. So you said it would cost me 7 gold total.
No. So 1 gold is for 20 arrows.
Oh, okay, right.
For a
Okay,
bundle of
gotcha.
arrows.
Okay, gotcha. All right. Well, then I'll hand one gold over, and then the ram fleece. You said that will cover the rest of it.
That
Or-
kind of covers the extra cost that's kind of that's marked up at the moment.
Gotcha. Okay, cool.
Probably
So
about 5 silver worth.
yeah. Cool. So I'll remove that. Remove 1 gold. Also, do they have healing potions in stock?
Not in the general store.
Not in the
That's
general store?
More of a magical needs.
Do I know one that's close by?
Yeah, you can get to one easy enough. We'll just run through it quickly.
Yeah, I just want to pick up a healing potion, just one.
There are not any in stock.
I knew there weren't. Are there any potions in stock at the moment?
Yeah, the guy kind of pulls out a old dusty looking vial. He's like, I've got this potion of flying.
Ooh.
Would you like it?
How much, good sir?
Give me a second. It's 3,000 gold.
Oh,
I'll just put it back. And he
that's
Brother,
interesting.
It seems it might have more sentimental value to you than actual real world cash. I mean, you've had it for a long time, and it's still worth 3,000 gold to you.
No, not yet.
It's
Aneta.
a very
I haven't looked at it. I've got it on
powerful,
my PC. I probably
potion,
won't play it
but
on my Switch at all.
kind of
Got other games on the Switch.
niche. We'll put it like that.
Yeah, I can understand. That's no problem.
It allows you to fly for an entire hour.
An entire
You
hour.
wouldn't want to be flying for an hour and 1.
No, you wouldn't. That's how I ended up with it. Anyway,
Oh, the lore.
Cannon. Oh, are we
Alright,
are we
cool.
going?
No, yeah, we're done. Yeah, cool. We're
the
heading
lore
to
is
Melena's.
some old bastard forgot to drink his potion of flying mid-flight.
The other bloke just happened to be on the bottom on the ground.
Just really quickly, just so I've got it in my equipment, that red opaque gem of the stops incoming
Mhm.
magic. What was it called exactly? So I can just write it down.
Isn't it like protection of
No,
scrying?
I found it again. Hold on.
Was it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was
protection of scrying. Yeah.
No, it's actually it's more than that. It's because it's something that I made. It's a gem of greater protection of detection.
Gem of greater
Protection from detection. It's the action. It's the gem of gem of action.
All right.
Protection of detection?
Greater gem of protection from detection.
Yeah, well, like the original item that is usually used in D&D is Amulet of Proof Against Detection and Location.
Very
This is slightly
boring.
better. So,
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
um,
All right, cool. Yeah, we're good.
What a shady bitch. Get here.
says the group now traveling with it.
Well,
She got hers.
Okay, where would you like to go?
Miletus. Good sir.
Miletus. Okay. You pack up.
Can we fast
probably
travel?
like. I mean, it's going to take you like 5 hours to get there.
No.
So you'll get there in the evening. If
I
you
more
guys
meant,
just,
like,
hightail it.
I was just being facetious.
Yeah, I know. Maybe.
Like, do we have enough Azoth to fast travel?
Whoa,
So stupid.
what's going on with?
Oh,
Matt's having a conniption.
Damn it.
He's like,
Did you say do we have enough Azoth to fast travel?
yes.
Azoth is a resource in a game
World.
which is used for fast traveling in New World.
Yeah. I thought that's where you got your name. I didn't
I thought you
Oh, I
remembered
thought that's where you got your name from.
Yeah,
dude,
straight
this
up.
is the name of my first character from years ago.
No way.
Yeah, he carried his
I
name on it.
was legit just thinking that's where you got your name from. Was
Sue
just-
Amazon. They stole your name. Sue Amazon.
Yeah, they stole your name, bro. That's
yeah,
funny
a couple
as.
years ago. This is my first character. It's very loosely based in the build, but yeah, same name.
That's funny.
Coincidence.
Coinkydink.
You guys head off out the front. You know that by the time you've kind of done all that, when you come out, the dwarves aren't kind of crowded around the entrance anymore. As you kind of look over, you see they're kind of all around there, smattering of houses.
Do I see Duther on the way out?
No, you don't. Assume he's probably back with all the other dwarves.
Okay. I was going to chat with
see
you on
them
the way
kind
out.
of bustling around their little village.
Mhm.
If you want to go down there, you can, but
Otherwise, yeah, I'm gonna go chat with Duther on the way
Okay.
out, just because
so
I can.
just quickly kind of detour down
Yeah.
to this little village. You get a lot of kind of looks, but no one's kind of like nothing hostile. Just
Double
kind
their
of,
height. I'll just step on them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Triple, quadruple now.
yeah,
About 4 or 5 feet tall. You're
yeah,
not
yeah. Not
like,
quite double.
crazy.
Yeah, I think you said 3 to
Well,
4, didn't you?
I think I did, but then I looked at how tall they're meant to be, and they're like 4 to 5.
Okay. I'd like to find Duther. Do I see Duther?
Yeah, you can. After looking around for a little bit, you can see Duther. Yeah, he's kind of standing around, just outside of a building, chatting to some other dwarves.
Duther.
Give me a sec.
I'd say again, Duther. Duther has gone deaf in the evening, or mute.
Mhm.
Mute.
It takes Duther a moment to prepare his voice.
Yeah.
He really has
Yeah.
to clear it.
He's
and
warm-
make sure
he's
it's
warming
ready.
it up. He's warming it up.
He's got his honey tea
Yeah.
sipping on.
I don't know if this is it, but hopefully it is.
That scared the crap out of me. Duther, how are you, my friend?
Ah, yes. Avi, hello. Good to see you again.
Good to see you too. Just making sure everything's hunky-dory with you guys, and we're leaving the town, so...
I think hunky-dory is the wrong way to put it right now, but
Sure.
everyone's a little more settled.
Good.
We got a message from our chief that we are welcome to stay here, and we're in talks about apparently becoming some helping out the city with some mining that was needing to be done.
Fantastic.
So it looks like things are getting sorted nice and quick.
Just make sure you make the doorways a little bit bigger for myself so I can get through them.
I'll be sure to keep that in mind.
Is the leader is Den Theus around?
Theos?
No, he's still in talks with the royalty, I believe.
Understand. No, well, we will. I'm sure we will be back soon, and if we don't see you, then I hope you stay safe.
Oh, thank you, and to you as well. I imagine this world is going through some trying times currently with our arrival as well as the others. So best of luck.
We've heard of some other races being in the same situation as yourself. What should we expect from Elves? Elves? Or elves?
Yes. Oh, yeah, the cocky bastards. They're fine, a little bit full of themselves. They usually live longer than one probably should, and with that comes a certain level of arrogance. But yeah, they're kind of posh, proper, scary in a fight, I'll tell you that.
Okay, that's good to know. And what about goblins? Goblins? We heard of some goblins.
Goblins and orcs are usually goblins, orcs, and all those likes, the gnolls. Look, they can be quick to fight, and they don't mind. They don't mind a good scrap. Not always in the best of ways. I would steer clear of them if.
All right, sage advice.
Chance, but,
Duther, as always, pleasure talking to you, and we will definitely cross paths again.
I certainly hope so. Be careful. I hope you don't run into anything too afoul out there. I worry about what else we might have brought across with us.
That makes me a little bit nervous. What are you talking about?
I'm sure you have dangers here. We had dangers in our world.
Fair.
Do you have dragons?
Yeah. We killed a couple of chimeras last week.
Oh, you have chimeras too.
Yeah.
It had 6 heads.
Well, yeah.
In case you didn't know.
Yeah.
6 heads.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well.
And I'm pointing to my breastplate and I'm showing him.
Well, we don't have those, but we do have many things. I mean, giants. They're scary creatures, especially the ones that some of them aren't so friendly, and those can be a mite bit terrifying.
Okay.
Bigger than 10 foot.
Well and truly.
Wow.
Do they have any weaknesses? A giant?
It depends on the giant.
Okay.
Some of them, they tend to be. I mean, yeah, it just kind of depends on the giant. Some of them are more resistant to like the cold. Some of them are resistant to like the heat. Depends where they're from, but I have no idea what ones you might run into if any of them came or were dragged through. I do not know.
Yep.
But they are scary.
From your world, if there was anything that you wouldn't want to come to another plane for its like death and destruction, what would that thing be? From your world, something.
And he kind of like looks back
really
and he just kind of thinks, like, well, I mean, lycanthropy. just in general, tends to it's not as dangerous as maybe a single creature, but the destruction that it can bring across entire civilizations as it goes through can be
Do we
terrifying.
have any idea what lycanthropy is, or is that a brand new word to us?
No idea. You've never heard it before.
Okay.
Sorry, what?
It's a curse. It's a curse. It makes people become more beast-like. It can come in different forms, but not far from our village there was some werewolves, and we lost a lot of people to them.
What is a werewolf?
Yeah, is this just a beast person that looks like a wolf?
That's a pretty close description. Yeah, they kind of are mostly, whatever they originally were, whether they were a dwarf or a human or an elf beforehand, and then.
Sorry, just to clarify, you say that they were something once before and then changed.
Yeah, so not
Cursed.
Cursed.
So they carry this disease?
Yes, they carry it. I believe it can be passed on, but I do not know how.
That's a worry.
Is there a cure that you know of? That you've heard about?
I've heard that certain magic can remove it, but it needs to be very powerful magic. Yes, but we were never able to remove it from those that were cursed among our tribe, and they were lost to us.
I'm gonna look at Azoth and just kind of whisper, you should ask him about Heliod. And see if that name rings a bell.
They have the same gods, they're from a different place.
Maybe he's heard the name.
I haven't said anything. He doesn't even know what you ask.
You have Azoth is Atticus. That's who I played.
Was it Duthar?
And Krab is who I played
Duthar.
LOL with.
I appreciate you telling us all this information about
Lindell,
things that may have come
and then
through.
Azoth. What's that?
Does the name Heliod ring a bell to you? Or I'm just going to list off some of the other gods that I would know and just kind of list them off to him and ask him, do any of those sound familiar to you at all?
No, none of them are familiar at all, other than I believe I heard of Arabos today, but
What did you hear about Arabos, dude? I'm gonna call him Dude.
He was the main god of this place, wasn't he? And it sounds like the Acroans quite like their war and their victory, and it would be something to do with that.
That would make sense that you've heard about him around this area.
Yeah.
No, that's okay. We thought we'd check and make sure that there's no, I suppose, correlation between our two planes, and if there is any link across the two. No, that's fine. Thank you for having a think anyway.
Yeah, I appreciate the information on kind of offhand, but on the road ahead, we're probably gonna encounter maybe some of your friends from the Elvish race, and on our way to Meletus. So.
Well, good luck with them.
What was the name of your tribe, Dutha, while you were on your home plane?
We were the Ereldor.
Ereldor?
Ereldor, yeah.
Okay. Just in case.
We're a rather small tribe.
Mm-hmm.
Duthar, just one question. I know you. Sorry, one last question. When you did, I know you did mention elves and how they can be slightly cocky and all that sort of thing. Being that in the off chance that the direction we're heading in, we actually do come across these elves. Does a name come up when you think of elves that we could possibly ask for, or possibly mention in conversation to gain good standing with these elves, or possibly even just communicate like positively?
One of the leaders of the elves was Eladrasin.
Eladrasin?
Eladrasin, yeah. That's it. You know, if that means you might be more welcome, just knowing that name, maybe. But I guess there's no guarantee that that's what.
You're 100% right. We may not even come across this. These elves. Elves could be from a completely different plane. But look, if by some rare chance that they are the same elves that you know as from your plane, and we can gain some good standing with them, whether that be from a name or just possibly helping them in some sort of way, I appreciate you helping anyway.
Yeah, most welcome. Well, look, you be careful, and we'll try to do the same. And I wish you the best of luck.
Dritha, do you have a family? Real quick.
I do. This is my son, and he points over to the dwarf that's actually next to him, which is a.
How old's the son?
Kind of hard to tell.
Okay.
He's there with a full beard, like.
Yeah, I was gonna say full beard.
Ready.
He was born with a beard.
It's just not great.
But he looks like Duther doesn't look as far as like what you see in age of from what you know of like humans and stuff. Like Duther looks like he'd probably be in his 40s, or like 30s.
Yep.
And this other dwarf looks like he's probably only like a few years younger, even though he's his son.
Right. I come in and I sort of do like the old forearm shake.
Viking.
Yeah, Viking. Yeah. And as I sort of slide away, just give him 2 gold, so just to get him started here. And
I ain't just giving gold away like it's candy.
Thank you.
At the moment, I've got a lot, so I can give
that.
it away. Duther, I really appreciate the information that you've given us, and I value you. So I hope that we can continue this friendship.
I hope so too. If you when you're back in Acroas, come and see us.
Most definitely.
Look forward to it.
Most definitely.
Yeah, we will. Maybe you can tell me some fantastical tales of your plane. I would love to hear some of them. So.
Oh, that I can do. That I can do.
All right.
Hello.
Miletus.
So.
The music changed.
The music changed.
The
That's
music changed.
horrifying.
That was me. Very.
You've still got your voice changer on, just FYI. No, that was me, guys. Oh.
It goes deep.
There we go. Back to normal.
Hey!
Gosh.
Who's that?
So off we head south. Now, how fast are you guys wanting to travel?
What time is it, by the way, as we're leaving?
It is later, later in the afternoon.
Late
afternoon.
afternoon.
I think we want to get there as
Like
fast as we
till
can.
sunset.
Yeah, I agree.
I think we go as far as we can to like under sunset, and then we find somewhere to.
Yeah, if we don't get to
I
Miletus, yeah.
I don't want to travel at night. Yeah.
Yeah, like what do you call after sunset?
Dusk?
Dusk. Yeah, travel till dusk, I guess.
Enough light to set up camp.
Enough light to set up camp.
Oh,
If
you guys get started, and if you guys are like galloping or like hard riding hard, it'll take you like 5 hours to get the whole way. 5-6 hours. So like if you're going until dusk, you'll probably be riding for like 4 hours ish, 3 to 4 hours. And the ride it's an interesting ride. As you're going along, those of you that know the road, which is probably most of you, maybe minus Azoth, who probably hasn't traveled as much, and probably maybe Lyndall as well. Lyndall's traveled a bit.
Maybe between Acroas and Elaeda.
Yeah. So those of you that have traveled know the area a little bit. but going through, there's just bits that are different. There's
Like
the
landscape?
occasional, yeah. Yeah. So in some areas where it was a forest, it's now like the trees aren't the same. Some areas that were just like a clearing, it's now like a marsh. You know, the road seems mostly the same, although you do note that at one point it comes and there is just like trees ahead of you. The forest, the path is still kind of there, but it's just kind of a forest in front of you.
Is going on?
So it's almost as if the two planes have meshed together and kind of overlapped each other.
Are there like half bits of animals and
We
stuff?
would be left to assume that.
We're like, I'm assuming the planes are like, are they like circles and stuff?
You don't know the makeup of the worlds.
No. But like, no. What I'm saying is like, where we are, like where we're riding, is there like distinct circles around these new? Like, how big are we talking in terms of these areas that have changed?
They seem to vary. Some of them
Right.
are small.
Yeah.
Some of them are big.
Yeah.
The biggest one that you guys have probably traveled past went for over a mile.
Right. Okay.
With
So-
no distinct shape, it's just like an
No
area.
distinct
shape. Okay, yeah.
So
It's
like
okay.
not a
area.
circle or a shape
Yeah.
or a,
So what I'm
diamond or
asking is,
square.
there like unlucky
Not that you've
beings
noticed.
that got
Not that you've
caught in
noticed.
between the gap? Okay.
No,
Okay.
you haven't noticed any of them.
Okay. That would have been cool.
Do we
though.
see anyone like as we're traveling to Meletus?
You don't see any travelers. You see the occasional creature or beast some that you recognize, things just like your regular animals.
Anything to edible?
A deer off in the distance that as soon as you see it, it's off and running because you guys are a bunch
Yeah,
of
we're
galloping
going hard.
horses.
Yeah, we're loud as shit.
Yeah.
But it's kind of eerily quiet. For the most part,
During the ride, I'd like Gideon to just do some circles, and I'd like to actually just map out what I can of what's changed just from up in the air.
sure, yeah.
Like
Allows you to kind of see what's coming up and allows you to see that ahead where there was the path, there is a large river.
just out of nowhere, a river.
Just kind of, or like it seems to be a river, but the water is still as you approach it. And it's probably like maybe 200 feet wide.
holy.
And it goes like, how far would you be able to see? You can probably see maybe close to a mile in either direction. It seems to go either way.
We can't see. Gideon can't see the end, I guess.
Gideon can see the end, yeah. From flying up in the air, you can.
The water's not moving, right? So it's still, it's stagnant.
Oh,
It's
we're
more
going.
like more like a lake at this point.
We're going around, right?
Well, I
don't
think
these horses can swim.
No, I don't think,
No,
and we
I
don't know
think
how
we-
deep it is as well.
Yeah.
I think this is the part of the campaign or the journey where we see if Fluffy can swim. So my vote is we cross.
Do not like water. I'm going around.
Should we try and see how deep it is before we possibly go venturing in? Do I notice anything on the water? Is it still any? Do I notice any ripples?
Roll me a
Does-
deception check.
I'm gonna do the same.
13.
I wanna.
Dirty 20.
I'm gonna. While they're doing that, I want to go up and fill up my canteen with water. We're doing it again.
Still water?
You gotta mix something in. Yours, Amos,
We are
with
attacked by a hydra.
cocktail.
As you approach, Lindor, you're just kind of walking up. Seems all right. As you watch him approach Fluffy, you notice a ripple near kind of the edge of the water.
Lindo, back! Get back now! There's something in the water.
Lyndall, would you like to make me a dexterity saving throw?
13.
Open off, y'all.
13? Okay.
Lindo's dead.
You kind of step back suddenly, and all of a sudden, this tendril comes out of the water.
It's a kraken.
And it just whips at you, and you just kind of step back and slip, and it just flies over your head.
Yeah, so I'll turn over and just try to scramble back up the bank, as you know, like
just
as I can
run
try to
for
get
it.
away.
Make one more saving throw as you were
How-
like right up near the bank.
How far? Like, because we were obviously walking up as a group, and we'd stopped. And how far is he from us? Can I like?
Probably only like 30 feet, 40 feet.
Can I run toward him to try and get him up?
Yeah, you can run and
So
try
I
to help.
run to.
So make the dexterity save with advantage, as Fluffy's kind of helping you go.
I think Lyndall does that, right?
yeah.
Ooh, with advantage, 15. That helped a lot. Thank you.
Yeah, easy. You get away, and then you kind of looking back at the water, and there's the ripples from where these like tentacles or whatever came out, but there's no more movement. Just kind of
Can we still see the tentacles?
still. No, they just kind of lashed out and then vanished.
Are there any more like ripples, or is the water just dead still again?
Water's just kind of gone back to still. Like there's the ripples you can see from like the agitation, but
Are there
There's
any
no more ripples
medium-sized? Everyone, back up a little bit. Back up. And then, are there any medium-sized rocks around me, just like palm size?
yeah, you can find a rock
Can
like
I
that.
pick one up and throw it
relatively
into the water?
low. Yeah, sure. Hits the water. Doesn't seem to be a reaction.
Is there any like a small like? Oh no, I suppose I have to go hunt for that small game, wouldn't I? Yeah, no, I don't have any ideas.
That could take all day.
Yeah, I know.
I changed
We'd
my
miss
vote.
again.
With our luck.
I vote we go around, guys.
Yep.
Let's not go.
Yup.
Let's try to go over.
Yep.
Thanks for you're very strong, Fluffy.
Yeah, I mean, I am now. It was a rough couple of days back. It was a rough 6 hours.
Wait.
Hang on, Amos has got an idea, everybody. Look out.
Literally, look out.
Yeah.
I'm gonna cast Silent Image at the edge of the river in the form of a human,
That's actually dope.
just an average-looking human,
Mm-hmm.
and then kind of make it. And he's. It says it isn't accompanied by any sound, smell, or sensory effects. If it steps in the water, is that sensory effects and it wouldn't make a ripple? Or would it?
I don't think it would. I
Right,
think that
okay.
would be a sensory effect that requires it to like interact with the world.
Gotcha. Okay,
Because
so
it is purely a visual illusion.
yeah, in that case, I'm just going to make it walk along the edge of the river so it doesn't actually impact with the water.
Okay.
It's actually dope.
And I've got 60-foot range on that, and I've got concentration up to 10 minutes of it.
Okay. What happens if it's touched?
Physical interaction with the image reveals it to be an illusion because things can pass through it. A creature that uses its action to examine the image can determine that it is also an illusion with an successful intelligence investigation check against my spell save DC. If a creature discerns the illusion for what it is, the creature can see through the image.
As you walk the silent image closer, you see this kind of the same tentacle lash out and try to wrap itself around the image, and it just passes through it and then pulls back under the water.
Am I quick enough to pull out my bow and take a shot at it?
You can try,
Oh.
yeah.
Or actually, I'll shoot firebolt at it. Shoot firebolt at it.
Okay, roll me an attack.
No, I'm gonna use this one. Fuck!
12.
Fuck me.
Should we be
Dice.
poking an angry monster?
I don't know.
I just want to see. Look, I'm doing this from 60 feet back. I've got 120 range on Firebolt, so it's like I'm not anywhere near this thing.
I feel like it's the Kraken or thing from Lord of the Rings that tries to pull him in at the first one.
Yeah. Right, okay, so it just does that, goes back in the water, and nothing else happens then?
No, you can't see anything.
Okay, right. Well, fellas, look, I've done enough investigation on this thing now. It is extremely reactive to anything near the water.
Are you sure?
Very hard to hit.
Would you like to throw something else in it, Amos?
Look, it seems to react to only movement of a creature of some sort. It doesn't react to something falling in the water like that rock.
Do we want to
So I'm saying
sacrifice
that-
Gideon?
Liam numbered out of his-
You can see let's give this.
Let's
give
go
this
around.
body of water a very wide berth.
Gideon,
Like
please.
Yes,
as
I
wide
think
as
we should give it a wide berth.
Yeah.
Gideon's just going to see which direction's going to be the shortest route.
Unless
around
anyone's adept in fighting in the water, I don't think we should.
Maybe not necessarily the shortest, because anything that like would push us, like a cliff face or something that pushes us close to the water, I would want to avoid, right? So,
Mhm.
Yeah.
so like any kind of upturn in terrain that would make us get closer to the water. Let's look for something that keeps us away from that. So flatland.
Okay. I look for that.
Yeah.
Gideon looks
It's
for that.
easy enough to find. You can kind of find this path that'll take you around the outskirts of it, of this kind of
Is it
this,
a-
this river.
It's an actual path.
Not a path, just like
Just
a-
through the
a
woods,
way
through
that
the
you can
brush.
take
Yeah.
Through the jungle.
Do we know roughly how much time it's adding to our journey?
not much. It's
Hmm.
only like like a few miles, maybe 3 miles of a journey. You're moving pretty quickly, so it's only another 20 minutes if that.
Oh, okay. Easy.
Yeah, it's like not a massive detour.
While we're
Yeah.
while we're passing around the water here, I want to like right up to Azoth and friend. I know that this the fact that your god is missing, and that's your direction and goal in the short term or long term, I guess. If there's any way that we can help you, direct or indirect, you let us know, right? Or is this something you have to do alone?
It's not that I need to do it alone, and I do appreciate the gesture. I will be honest. It's not easy for me to ask for help, and I have been kind of playing a bit of a observer lately, maybe this whole time, waiting for something to click, and I've, we've worked very well together in figuring other things out. We've gotten this far, that's for sure. I don't even know where to begin. Yeah, but I
Just
don't know.
kind of looking for a sign, then, huh?
Yeah, I guess if I think of something, I suppose I can let you know. But I suppose I was just hoping that this was the right path that we're on. I mean, the day we met, or the night thereof, I suppose. All having that vision, I got the impression that we were supposed to be traveling together. And a lot's happened since then, and I keep getting the impression that I'm where I'm supposed to be. But yeah, it's almost, I almost feel like I'm waiting for something, and I don't know what.
We've heard
That's
this conversation.
very, very understandable.
It depends. Are you guys saying this near each other, or are you guys doing it specifically to kind of be a bit more away from people?
Lindell came up to me out of nowhere.
Yeah, I think I was doing it to be just the two of us.
Okay.
Hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I think that the experiences that we've been through, I'll speak for myself. I mean, I think you were kind of alluding to it, was like, I mean, it brought a sense of closeness and brotherhood. I don't want, I know that it probably weighs very heavy on your heart, and I don't want you to feel like you're alone in it. So, if you need something, let us know.
Thank you. Thank you, Linda. Yeah, I'll definitely give it some thought. But at the moment, I'm happy to just be a bit of a supporting role at the moment, and yeah, keeping eyes peeled and senses about me.
Is there anything that you can think of that we could be looking for, like a sign of Helios?
I mean, we've gotten a pretty big one in that he doesn't seem to be appearing in many instances of these kind of visions and what happened in the sky earlier. And I mean, to be honest, I kind of knew there wouldn't be any sign. There hasn't been some for quite some time. But I guess it kind of in a way confirms that he is in this somehow. So yeah, I don't know, hopefully more is just revealed as we pull on this thread, I suppose.
Okay.
I could maybe we could go back to the temple once we get to Miletus, and we'll be in the area, so it couldn't hurt. Maybe we could go check it out.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be happy to come with if you'd have us. So we'd make time.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a deal.
Sorry.
So Fluffy started hearing something in the just playing through the air and just started dancing.
It's more fluffy music, isn't it?
The group has been charmed.
I got romance anime vibes when you guys are talking, and this music came on in the background. Like, yeah.
Here we go. Give me.
I just have my own
this.
Spotify playing, so I'm not even here. Let me. Is it still going?
Yeah. Oh, I changed that music.
Cool, broody.
Oh, that doesn't sound romantic at all.
What I had playing was
Now I'm ready to fight someone. Oh.
Wait.
Nah, it wasn't that.
Oh,
that wasn't.
It's something like that though.
Nah, it's definitely like a love tune.
Here we go.
Linda. I appreciate your heartfelt.
And then we go to.
What was that? Amos is throwing things in the water again. Fuck. Lyndall. I do.
I'm exhausted from all the mood swings.
Okay.
Oh my god.
So you guys continue on, and yeah, the sun starts to dip lower, and as sunset approaches, you think you're probably only about maybe an hour or two out from Miletus. Maybe a couple hours out.
What are we thinking?
Do you guys want to continue on, or are you going to set up camp?
Has the sun set?
Camp's a good idea.
Sun is setting. It's in the process.
And we're still a couple of hours. Eesh.
I think we stop and keep watch. That's my vote. I'd like to. I don't know if traveling at night, not knowing what could be out there, considering entire landscapes have been brought to this plane.
That is true.
Crazy tentacle lake monsters.
If we could, I'd prefer to stop somewhere that we are comfortable is original Theros terrain.
OG.
Good call.
Good call.
Familiar soil.
Do we notice any Theros terrain around us?
Off to kind of the eastern side of the road is the forest that you guys kind of trekked through for a while, and most of that seems pretty intact.
Is a different environment like different trees, different grass kind of stuff? Like, and it's
in the areas where it's changed, it is like different trees.
All
Like
new
you've seen a
fauna.
couple of trees that were like, much taller than any of the normal like kind of forests that you've seen. Like different colored grass, There was one section that seemed like all the trees seemed close to dead, and the ground was very wet. Was all wet. There was a half-frozen lake at one point. So like, or part of a half-frozen lake.
Well, yeah, I think
all-
I guess if everyone
all
else wants
bit
to set up, we'll set up camp.
Luffy, are you good at looking for a place to camp?
Yep, I can find somewhere.
Roll me that survival.
Natural one.
Wonderful. So
This,
that's when
this
we,
dude and
that's
his
when we
hunt.
start.
We're camping on the frozen lake.
Get the music started
We're
then.
gonna, we're gonna camp on the tongue of like a giant, like deadly beaver or something.
Deadly beaver.
Yeah, natural one for a total of 5, but it's a natural one, so.
No worries. We'll actually just play some noise. Yeah, so you go on, you can find a, that's not the music that I wanted to click on at all. That one was, that one. You go and, you find an area, it's like a cluster of trees that you think you might be able to like pitch your kind of, your tent, like maybe a tent against, and maybe like make a little lean-to.
Can I roll
Something like that.
I just want to roll a straight perception just to see what's around. Is there anyone else? Is there anyone
Go
else
for it.
on the road? Like, are we on the road, or are we all just off the? We're just
You've
off the
gone
road.
off the road now.
Yeah, yeah.
into the
Is there
forest.
anyone else I can see?
I'll assist with that by walking like kind of next to him and kind of panning in
Yeah.
the opposite direction, and knowing that he's going to be looking around. So.
Is that with advantage, or is that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. 18.
Don't see anything, no.
Okay. Guys, this
Seems to
looks
be
like a
anything
great
there.
spot. I think we'll set up here. And I've never steered you wrong before.
Can I have
I'm
a look
sorry.
around and see if I can see anything?
Did I miss the
It's
description of
kind
the
of already
area?
been
What did
done.
it look like?
Oh, it's already done.
And it's a little. Pardon?
Yeah.
Did I miss the description of the area in that?
Like
Couple
a
of
color,
trees.
It's like it's within the forest. It's like this kind of cluster of trees.
But a
but-
kind of an opening in the trees that we're setting up.
Not
in, or-
really. He like that might
Okay.
be what you thought you'd be going towards, but Fluffy's just kind of pulled you up next to like this cluster of trees instead, and it's just like, yeah, we can use these to like lean against and stuff.
Do we recognize like the area from having stayed or walked through the area previously?
Not directly, no.
Cool. Yeah, I start making a fire, and with that natural one, I burn myself and take 1 hit point. Just because I rolled a natural one, I'm just going to punish myself.
No worries.
Fluffy self-harming again. What a
Oh.
stressful situation.
Mother! Oh! And I storm off.
I'm like, you smell that?
And
Smells
smell
like burnt hair.
burnt hair.
While I was doing that, can I send Gideon out to get us some grub? Don't
better
mind
better
step
than
on-
me at it.
You can certainly try. What are you asking him to get?
Just a good
Juicy rat.
rabbit. We have rabbits in Theros, don't we?
A were-rabbit.
He'll try.
Okay.
Where rabbit?
So, were-rabbit.
First,
After
does he have
like,
to find one first, or
yeah.
Gideon's
Gotta find
making a
one that
survival
he's
check.
gonna try to hunt one as an owl. He's not particularly big. He's not a big owl.
he hunts rabbits? Does he?
Be mice, wouldn't
Probably
it?
not. Be like mice. Maybe a rat.
Eagles are
Maybe
more
eat.
rabbits.
Chipmunk,
A chipmunk?
Chipmunk.
ring me Alvin.
Perception check, or
Yeah, roll me perception check with advantage.
leash? 12. 13.
I'll roll some stuff for it. Just to...
There are no
find
animals in the area.
Desolate.
He found there's a rat he can go for.
Rat.
Yep, he goes for it.
It's gonna
Gonna
feed.
swoop on in and grab it.
It's gonna feed Gideon.
I was rolling for it, and I just rolled a nat 20. So he picks up the rat and brings it back.
Cool.
You guys can eat a rat if you want.
I'm okay.
I'm gonna pass.
Gideon, no. We talked about this. Just go on the corner, stay on lookout.
I'm just gonna pull some like whatever I have packed as food in my pack and just eat that.
Okay. No worries. You've all got rations. You can eat.
Yeah,
you
that's
can
what I was
all
gonna
eat
say.
rations.
I'll take the first watch.
Okay.
I'm obviously last as always.
Yeah.
Wait,
Everyone's doing their little.
Yep.
Getting ready.
Later after me, as per usual, probably.
Roll me a perception check.
23.
Damn! You also find a rat.
Good. You're sitting around. Can't see much from where you guys are. It's like pretty dense in the forest. But you don't notice anything.
Okay.
Seems like a pretty quiet night.
I'd
I'd just like to also ask, what's
Azov.
Gideon doing at this time?
He's just perched on the branch, just also keeping lookout.
I tap Azov. Oi,
And he knows to alarm if he ever sees anything of note.
oi. Your turn. Nothing happened. Good night.
No, okay. Thanks for the hand.
I do that too.
Would you please roll me a perception check?
Perception. Okay. Perception.
This music's very intense.
I do know.
It is. I quite like this one.
Ooh, 18.
18.
Yeah.
Again, night kind of passes on through. Not too much going on.
Is that with your modifier? Or was it straight
I've
18?
only got a +1. I rolled a 17.
Okay.
Strong roll. For me.
Pretty. It's a pretty calm night.
Good.
Until.
No, just calm. A couple hours of your watch kind of pass relatively, pretty much completely uneventful.
Oh wait, am I ending my shift by the time?
Yeah, your
Okay.
shifts kind of come to an end.
Elaeda.
I'm just here. Yeah.
You're up. Sorry.
Rises the drool away from her face. Sounds like she's woken up pristine. Yes.
Like
I'm
a
up.
toddler moving hair away from their face.
Yeah.
Really. Just use your fingers with the waist.
Yes, Elaeda is up.
You're right. That was
and she-
Fluffy said nothing happened. Nothing happened for me. I'm just good night, bye.
No. Elaeda's going to take full advantage of Gideon's keen sight, and
Mm-hmm.
she's going to go in and out as she's doing perception checks.
No worries. Roll me a perception check through Gideon's eyes, so with advantage.
18.
Okay. You notice a couple of figures in the distance.
I'd like
Hard
to
to make.
send-
Hard to make out what, but yeah, there's some movement in the forest in the distance. About maybe, I think you can only see about 120 feet. Use
Okay.
your dark vision.
I'd like Gideon to just fly a little bit closer and investigate, if possible.
Okay. As he flies closer,
Just not too close, just
maybe
perched on a
60
branch.
feet.
Just about.
As he gets closer, you can better see. Oh, you can because you can see in darkness as though with dim light, right? Yeah, okay. But 120 feet as though in dim light, as if it were bright light, I think is what it is. Always get confused. Darkness is weird. Dark vision's weird.
There's also an owl.
Owls have like 120 feet of dark vision.
Yeah.
You see about from what you can make out, about 6 figures
Oh.
standing around in the forest.
Can't make out
Look
features.
like they're trying to
or-
hide. Not
Oh, okay.
in the darkness, no. Everything's kind of just shades of grey, so it's kind of hard to pick. But they look
50? 50?
they look 50 years old.
Shades of grey?
No, shut up.
Oh my.
Fluffy takes 2d10 psychic damage. Well, they weren't going to be hostile, but now.
The slight burn has turned into an infection.
That was 8 points.
Joke.
I know, I'm just
Calm
joking.
down.
I wasn't going
At
to.
some point, I'll do it for real, but.
Hey,
Um,
can't help myself.
You're asleep. Help yourself.
Gideon's gonna sit tight and wait for their movement. If they move toward our party, I'd like
They
to
are moving towards your party.
at like a fast pace or somewhat
No,
slow.
they're moving very carefully.
Okay, I want Gideon to stay where he is and
Mhm.
let them pass. But
Okay.
I'd like him just to blend in naturally.
Okay. Roll me a stealth.
Gideon's going to cop another fireball to the face.
Dirty 20.
Okay.
Maybe not.
I'd like to, without making too much noise, cast message and whisper to everyone in their sleep, say, don't stir too heavily. We're just going to pack up slowly. There's 6 people, I believe, following us. They think they have the upper hand.
They're
Let's
coming
just
from
get
the
up
way
slowly.
we came.
They're in the forest. Not really from the way that you came. They're just kind of within the forest area.
I don't know if they're hostile yet. I've got eyes on them, but I think it's best we start moving. They're about 80 feet by now. More?
At this point, they're probably about, maybe 80 feet.
From us?
Yeah.
Okay.
So close. They seem to kind of hold up around that distance. And from what
I
you can
suggest
see through Gideon.
we start packing up and moving.
Would a message wake us up? Or it appear part of our dreams? Or
Yeah, I hear it in my dream.
Yeah, how does that work? Just do we
Roll
wake
me.
up instantly?
What's your passive perceptions?
17.
passive
long-
perception? Mine's 10.
How long is this
Amos
happening?
does not wake up.
Amos is
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm fucked.
I'm 11, but how long after I finish my shift did this start happening?
It's like an hour. You're probably asleep
Oh,
by
okay,
now.
fair enough. Yeah.
I would hear it. Having 17? Yeah.
Yes.
Alright, so having heard that,
Lindel's 16 as well. Would he hear it?
Yeah.
I'll wake Amos. And then, with my hand over his mouth, just to keep him from being quiet. Stop it, make him quiet. Elaeda's seen someone moving towards us. We need to back up quietly and start to get in defensive position just in case.
While this is happening, I'm just gonna, while they're staring up, I'd like to keep eyes on through Gideon to see if they notice our movement.
Should we just leave our stuff and hide as quickly as we can?
I mean, that may be an option too.
they're 80 feet away. I
The
think
horses can't
We'll wake
really
up-
disappear.
We'll wake up Azoth. Make sure he's quiet.
Try and get the jump on them.
Um,
With the trees that are around us, are they climbable? And
We
are
try,
they
yeah.
are they dense in terms of their
Relatively
foliage?
yeah, relatively.
Can I attempt to climb up the tree?
Sure. Roll me an athletics check.
Badly. If you roll
So-
a 1, you fall out the tree.
Athletics?
Mhm.
17.
I'm going to attempt to hide, by the way.
You can-
as well.
you can-
Same.
yeah.
Try to hide behind a tree.
Roll me stealth checks, those that are hiding, and
I'll-
you can.
I'll
you
be hiding too.
Slowly find your way up a tree.
Is that am I classed as hidden in the tree?
Roll me a stealth check to try and hide in the tree.
I see everyone else slaying the
These
hide.
roll bad.
Trying to hide as well. Fuck me.
Stealth. An 8.
Yes, it is this large, honking white Leonin in a tree, held up like this. That's fantastic.
Hey guys!
And Pat's meant to be good at climbing trees.
Yeah.
They can't see me.
No, I climbed it really well. It's just I'm a white Leonin in a green tree.
So good. I rolled 24 on my stealth check.
Are we all doing stealth? Are we?
Rolled.
2.
Yep.
Oh,
I rolled a 5.
natural 1.
Okay, so I'm the only one who did it. Cool. Good to know.
Arguably the only one that probably should.
Yeah.
This is on. We are so on here.
We're the worst group. Everyone knows who we are, where we are at all times.
Yep.
Yeah,
We just
you guys
basically
do
walk
you
around
guys
going,
do all
"Stick
that.
hands!" Everywhere we go.
The group kind of gingerly approaches,
Gingerly.
kind of slowly walking forward.
They getting into the light of the campfire, or yet? Or...
Yeah, as they approach the light of the campfire, you see a group of about six what look like kind of like fluffy, but they're thin and in their frame and they're smaller.
The tabaxis that the dwarf spoke about.
They don't look armed from what you can see, and they just kind of start looking through.
I jump out of the tree behind them.
Okay. We doing anything else, or
Hello there.
just gonna jump out? General Kenobi.
Oh no.
Are they wearing clothes? Do they appear civilized?
They're wearing they're wearing. They look a bit tattered, but they're wearing clothes.
Yeah, I jump out of the tree and say, didn't your mum ever tell you not to touch stuff that wasn't yours?
And they all kind of look over at you and kind of crouch down. And one of them looks at the others. She'd have to be around for that. What do you want?
What do you want? You're in my camp, and...
Food?
Okay.
I'm gonna come out from not hiding, so roll a 2, and cast light. Cast light on myself. Just to kind of...
Bloody hell, Azov.
It's only 20 feet,
Yeah, it's still bright.
Upon seeing you come out and start casting a spell, they bolt.
Yeah.
Can I quickly try and grab one before they bolt? Like, can I run and tackle one?
They are way faster than
Oh,
you.
damn. Okay, wow.
Later casts haste and an expeditious retreat and flies in front of them.
Okay,
And
yeah, you can get in front.
I'm running behind them.
And I will cast slow on 6 creatures in a 40-foot cube. Save or half speed for the moment.
Oh my god.
Okay, so there's 6 of them, so I'm gonna roll. What's your saving throw? What kind of save is it?
Are we preparing for breakfast already?
Yeah.
It's a wisdom saving throw, and it's DC 15.
One of them succeeds.
Ooh.
One of them bolts off faster than any of you, only other than Elaeda. The others initially bolt off as quick as you, and then slow down. And they. Yeah,
Right. How far away are they from us?
I'd say they got on their turn they would have action dash. So on their turn they would have made it 90 feet.
Dang.
Yeah.
The other one made it 180 feet.
Wow.
On the ones that make 90 feet, I'm going to cast sleep on them.
How many hit points of creatures can you affect?
Unfortunately, I can only use that first level, so it's 5d8, and creatures within a 20-foot radius are affected.
Roll me your 5d8.
Come on.
Alright, I've only got 4, so I have to do 4 and then 1. Come on! I'm hoping these guys don't have huge hit points. Oh, we rolled pretty good actually. Holy crap. Okay, and then last one. 31.
Wow!
31.
Out of a possible 40, 31.
Pretty
I
good.
rolled 3 6s, a 5, and an 8.
That's dope.
So creatures within that 20-foot area within...
3 of them start to, as they're running, seem to stumble over and hit
Were those
the
dex-
ground. And
dex
the
saves?
other, there's no
No,
save. I don't
there's
think.
no save
Oh,
on
No
it.
save. The other 2 kind of turn around, and this is probably when you get the chance to close in as they go to try to wake up the others.
So I'll be like, hold up. We don't want to hurt you. We want information as to who you are and why you're trying to take food from us.
The one that wasn't affected, was the one that was speaking first. Kind of sits there, kind of stands. He's standing in front of the ones that are asleep, he's in between them,
Mm-hmm.
kind of in between you and them. Says, just we were here suddenly.
Okay.
We
All right.
I don't know. It's just us.
Just you 6.
That I know of.
Right. Who are you? What are you?
I'm a. What do you mean?
I'm a Leonin.
I am
And
a
my-
satyr.
My name is Fluffy.
I'm a tabaxi. My name is Silvertongue.
Don't like that name.
Yes, well, you get creative with your words when you're not quite as big as the rest.
Very
You guys are
good.
hungry?
Yes.
I'll give him what's left of my rations, like all of them, like whatever happened.
We come back now.
You kind of
Come back, come back.
I pull out some rations and try and convince the other one to come and eat with us rather than
Okay.
take food.
Yeah,
from us.
we
Sure.
help wake up the other ones, and
We didn't do any damage to them, right? Like we
Nah.
just
Nah.
we just
slowed
wanted
them
to
and then I
talk them.
put them to sleep.
We
Oh
just-
my god, I'm so glad that worked.
That was good. I like that.
So you kind of bring them all back and give them some food, and they almost just stop paying attention to you, just start eating. They're already they were quite hungry.
Yeah. Where are you from, Silvertongue? What land were you from?
We're from the plains of the plains of Deathalos.
Amos is drinking again.
Deathalos?
Deathalos.
Deathalos.
And that doesn't sound familiar to us.
Nah, you've never heard of it.
Do you happen to know of a dwarven tribe called... What was the name of it again? I wrote it down here. Hang on.
The
Araldor?
Araldor.
Yeah, Araldor.
Araldor? The Araldor tribe. Dwarven Araldor tribe.
No, sorry.
That's okay.
What about Eladrason of the elves?
The queen?
Mm.
I assume that's who you speak of.
we're just piecing all this together. We've heard, we understand the situation that you're in a little bit. It seems like some planes have been smushed together, and you're here now, along with a dwarf tribe, another town 4 hours north of here. There's some elves a little bit south, and there's some goblins at another place a little way away as well.
It's the yeah, there's more than that, I think.
Interesting.
But we've been hiding in the forest. We
What have you
were
seen?
out.
Don't forget the tentacle-like beast we.
That's true. The yeah, the giant kraken.
Right. Yeah, that's what we found.
So are they
Just
dressed in a way that
drops
they're?
his eyes down.
Were you attacked?
Were there more of you before we?
There was 10 of us.
Oh wow.
Well, then I dressed in a way that they were like would be obvious to us that they were like from poverty, from where they came from.
Yeah, like if they
the rock thing first.
if they don't like for people that have probably only been here for like 24 hours, like they're not tattered. It's not 24-hour tattered, if that makes
Right,
sense. Like this
yeah.
is like their
Not like
stuff is
Remnants
old.
of a fight. It's just been
Yeah.
like that. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Can I make a perception check to look and see if they've got any symbols on them of the gods or anything that they have on them? that would be
Sure.
special?
Roll me a perception check.
No, I haven't, Drizzy, but I've seen it being played, but
16?
I haven't played it before. No.
You see a symbol on one of them.
Oh wait, my bad. It's actually dirty 20.
Okay.
That's
You
easy.
still only see a symbol on one of them. It's on the clothing, on like a jacket that seems a little bit too big for the person wearing it. And it's a bunch of dragon heads.
What does that mean?
I don't know. Sorry. I picked this up a while back.
I'd like to do a check to see if they didn't just kill someone, take it.
Roll me an insight check.
11.
You're not sure. Kind of hard to read.
A lot of not sure, hard to
Like
read
a while,
people.
like a
A
while
lot of
ago
really
on
shitty insight checks.
Yeah.
on this plane or on the plane you came from?
Where I came from.
Hmm.
Some heavy sleepers.
Heavier than us, I see.
Obviously.
Hmm.
Enjoying the food.
Yeah, thank you. It's been we usually just try to scavenge. But thank you.
Are you
Were you following
good at
us?
hunting?
What was
Take his question.
yours?
I asked them if they were good at hunting, if they're kind of be like trained or you know.
We try. We were better where we were. Haven't had any luck today. This world is strange.
Yep.
Fluffy can attest to that.
I
It's
understand.
rough.
Yeah, it's rough. You're better off buying let someone else catch it and you just buy it from them.
Don't say that, Fluffy. They don't have any money.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I sometimes speak out of turn. Have you been following us, or is it just happenstance that you happen to come across our camp?
We've been hiding in the forest, and we saw the light.
I saw the light.
Do they have any weapons on
Now that they're kind of a bit closer, there's no like weapons, but a couple of them have like daggers, like on their hips, like short blades.
Mm-hmm.
It would be like early morning right now for us, like after midnight. AM.
After midnight, yeah. You're on your second to last watch, or third to last watch.
Two and
Been like
1.
5 hours.
Yeah, 5 hours.
2
Yeah.
and 1.
Well, if it's all the same to you guys, I'm going to go back to sleep because we've got a big couple of days ahead of us to work out where you guys came from and these dwarves and the elves and stuff.
I think a couple of us should just stay awake if they're gonna hang around.
We won't. We'll leave. But
You heading off?
Thank you for the food.
I approach Silvertongue and just say, look, not everyone can be trusted out here. I'll give them 10 gold just for their group. I didn't realize there was more of you and couldn't imagine what you guys are going through right now. We're from here and we're confused. I can only imagine how you guys are feeling. Yeah, look after yourselves and try to find somewhere a bit safer to stay, maybe, because we're trying to work some things out ourselves, but who knows how long you'll be here for.
No, thank you so much. I won't forget this. And then he says, we'll leave now. Farewell. He walks into the, kind of leads the others off, and they head out into the forest.
Might just get Gideon to keep an eye on as they leave.
Mm-hmm.
To see which direction they go to, and then whether they stop or...
They start heading south.
Toward Miletus?
Towards Miletus.
What was their race again, sorry?
Tabaxi.
Tabaxi. He called himself.
And it was a symbol of 3 dragon heads.
5?
I think I said some.
Oh,
5.
some dragon heads.
Yeah, you said dragon heads, and I was like, 6? Good.
So if they've head off, I'm gonna head back to sleep before I'm having to be the last one up.
That's fair, Drizzy. I mean, we are in like episode 11, so there's lots that's already happened previous to now. So if you'd like to, on the channel, you can go through and have a look and see what's up, or you can pick up from here.
I'd like Gideon to come back.
It's up to you.
Yeah.
You're more than welcome to just hang out. But there are episodes previous that you can go and watch to see a bit of backstory. Essentially, what's happened is
the night passes pretty.
An event has taken place that's merged 2 worlds.
Take a moment to look up at the night at the sky. Is there anything
Certainly can.
out of
And
the ordinary in the sky?
we're from a different plane
You
that,
don't notice
like elves and
the sky
tabaxis and
moving,
dwarves and
like,
goblins
sometimes does.
don't come from where
you know,
we are,
looking up at the
and so
stars
they've
and
merged
mix
into
often
where we
you
are,
can
and it's all
see,
very. It is a little bit confusing, but
almost
sort of
what
where
the
we're
gods
at
are
the
doing,
moment.
and stuff like that in the night sky, and there's none of that. Just a sky of stars.
And a still though, not like.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
And I think just before we come out of that, we'll just take a short little break.
Sounds good. No worries.
Sick. Just you.
And
Yeah, sorry.
guys, begin to travel south, back on the road, or what are we doing
In the morning.
Yeah, while we're packing up, I
Is that-
want
in the morning?
to.
Is it still
okay,
dark?
Guys,
I want to attempt to hunt. I want to see if I can catch a rabbit.
I want to come with you.
No, you stay here.
No, I'm coming.
Don't-
You
no, you're
can't
not
stop
coming
me.
with
You
me.
can't stop me from coming. I'm coming
What?
with you.
Amos, Lyndall, tackle him, hold him down. I'm leaving.
No one can hold me. I'm coming. I'm
I
rolling a
cast slow
survival.
on Fluffy.
I'm also coming.
God damn
Seven.
it. Can I go the opposite direction of them?
Off it goes, I go.
I think what is happening here, Amos, is Fluffy is following you.
Yeah, 100%. I rolled a 17 on survival.
It's ritual now.
17 on survival.
Yeah.
Yeah, you find some tracks and you start to follow them.
Okay.
For probably.
Alright, I'm letting.
Rabbit.
Alright.
Oh, bro, just
Roll me stealth.
Yeah.
With advantage
rolling
for you,
stealth.
Amos.
dirty 20
Dirty 20. Okay.
on stealth.
And 22 for me.
Okay.
Dirty 22.
Roll me another survival check to start tracking this animal.
Okay.
Do you have modifiers on your survival?
Yeah, I do. Yeah,
Oh, I
12.
don't. But I will roll.
Can
Do
he
you get just a
assist?
roll,
Can he
or-
assist me?
Yeah, can I assist?
You can assist.
Yes.
Okay, so roll with advantage.
Thank you. Dirty 20.
Nice. Looking good.
You guys can track it down, and then
What is that?
60 feet out, you see a couple of rabbits.
Oh, couple rabbits.
Alright, 60 feet, you said?
Can you do the
Yeah.
Legolas like triple shot? And...
No, I can only
Oh.
take one shot.
Well, I
Alright,
can-
I'm taking.
I'll
I'm,
hurl a javelin.
yeah, I'm taking my one. Alright, I'm going for the left one, Fluffy. I whisper.
Remember the fattest one.
Am I 60? You said 60 feet?
Yeah.
Okay. Can I? I'll let you have a shot first. I'm not going to do anything at the moment.
I mean, if I hit one, it's.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, if you hit, yeah. I mean, I've got to throw with disadvantage, so I'm going to miss if you.
Oh, okay. Right. I see.
I can. We can throw. I could throw at the same time as you shoot, though.
Well, that's what I was going to say.
All right, we'll do that.
Get there a lot slower.
Alright, so I'm rolling it with advantage. He's rolling with disadvantage, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Double 19s.
And I just natural 20.
Guys, punch the mic. Just
Those
both
rabbits
of
are
the rabbits
dead.
pinned to,
Wait,
pinned to the
wanna
ground.
I want to see how much damage, because that's a natural 20, so I get double on my sneak attack.
Is there going to be any rabbit left?
I was going to say, the rabbit explodes.
The rabbit explodes.
The rabbit hops away with the arrow. He said, "It's the
This arrow is going clean through the rabbit.
tanky rabbit."
I'm sending this
Still
photo.
alive.
I'm sending
Into the
this.
ground.
I'm sending this to you guys.
Roll initiative. It's the Holy Grail rabbit.
Actually, only 21. It was 21 damage. Oh no, sorry, 25 damage.
Do I kill it with my like javelin? Because our javelin doesn't do a heap of damage. How much health do they have?
It's
It's
not
a rabbit.
enough.
Okay,
Got
cool.
one.
Okay, good. No, so yeah, it's dead. Good.
Right,
You guys
cool.
can go and collect your rabbits.
Holy-
Go and collect the rabbit.
Yes! Success.
Oh, that's so good.
Oh, I'm feeling jumped up. Is there any other tracks around?
Roll me a perception check.
Oh, natural one.
Okay, you still just like.
Can't see any tracks.
That's alright. We take our 2 rabbits.
I find some tracks and I try and search for them, and I realise that they're my own.
Yeah.
You do see around with your passive perception a little stone statue.
Ooh.
Okay.
Of a rabbit.
Of a rabbit.
We just killed God.
Oh,
The rabbit god.
no.
Oh, shit.
Is what were the rabbits doing before we killed them?
They were just eating.
Okay.
Your 2 rabbits are still there. There's just
Praying.
a rabbit.
Dead.
Can I have a look at the statue? Does
Yeah,
it say
can we go up
anything?
and have a look at the statue?
No. Like you can go and have a look. It doesn't say anything.
Is it movable?
You can pick it up.
Does it? Yeah, I'll go and pick it up.
Are we nearby?
No, it's just Amos and I think.
Yeah, I think she should.
Did Azoth come with us in the end, or?
Speaking of which,
No,
I'm
okay.
eating gummy bunnies, just saying. It was meant to be.
I go
And
up
I'm going to
and
be very sad when you come back with game, knowing that I could have.
I'm gonna go and pick up the rabbit statue. Does it look?
It's extremely lifelike.
Is it just
Yeah,
a stone
that's what I was-
rabbit, or
is
is it
it-
on a pedestal like a?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna. I was just a stone rabbit. And
Yeah.
Amos, I think something's turned this to stone.
Is it the same size as,
Can
as a
I
rabbit?
investigate it? Like, is it? Well, yeah. Can we hold it up against our other rabbits?
Yeah.
Are they is it the same size?
Pretty close. To
Pretty
the
close, same
yeah.
size.
Fluffy, let's
Yes, mate.
take it. Let's take it back to camp and
Okay.
let's have Elaeda look at it.
All right,
Arcana check it.
done.
Let's go.
I pick it up and I'm carrying it, and I pick up my spear with the rabbit on the end of it.
I
my
pick up
javelin.
my arrow as well.
My javelin with
No worries.
with the rabbit on the end of it.
Let's head back to camp.
Yeah.
You guys get back and everyone's kind of doing their own thing. You guys got your 2 rabbits and your stone one as well.
Victory!
As we walk up here, I'm going to hold up a rabbit. So I'm going to say, right, who's best at skinning? That's a check. So who's got the best survival?
Probably me.
No, I would have no idea.
Elaeda pulls out a rapier.
I'm +4.
Oh, you got it. Does Elaeda have a good survival check?
No.
Oh, okay. Alright, well, I'm just going to give it to Fluffy then.
I'll have a crack at skinning this rabbit.
You've got the best survival check. so-
Clearly, I'm not involved in this at all. So you.
What am I skinning this with? Am I skinning it with my? I'll skin
You'd
it with
have a
my
dagger
axe.
on you.
Oh,
You'd have a dagger
I've
on
got
you.
my hand axe.
It's pretty standard for people to have like a knife.
Okay,
or
I'll do it with my dagger then.
Even your
You wanna do
adventurous
it with your
pack.
axe, I'll make you do it with
I
disadvantage.
don't have an adventurer's pack. 13.
I mean, you get
That
it
was
off
for the first
eventually.
one.
Yeah,
Second one, 17.
Okay.
much cleaner, bit more experience.
Yeah, it took some warming up.
Is it like that someone makes pancakes and they fuck it up and it's like, don't worry,
Yeah.
I'll eat that one.
It's like your first kids.
exactly.
Yeah, pancakes are the same as kids.
I'm pretty sure you can skin rabbits without a knife.
First one's bad, is it?
Yeah, always. We also found this. I'm gonna hold up the concrete stone rabbit. He
Later
was
goes over and looks at it.
Yeah, he was just sitting near the other rabbits.
Is there any sign of age or wearing or dirt on the statue?
Roll me a perception check.
Would I've seen that
Can
with
I
my
investigate?
Yeah, investigate it. That's
Would
fair.
I've seen that with my passive?
You know that there's some dirt on it.
Okay.
It is more of an investigation.
15.
There's like a very small amount of dirt, like a little bit of build up, but not much. It looks like it was pretty. It's pretty recent. Like someone made this pretty recently.
Fluffy, where'd you find this?
It was near the other rabbits. We stealth. I tell you what, guys, this story, it was just awesome. We walked up. I found these tracks. We stealthily moved to within enough space, and then we, at the same time, split these rabbits, and then
While he's
looked over and found Azoth. Get out of the corner. You chose not to come. Found this stone rabbit, and it's just it
Well-
looks like a real one.
he's telling the story. Elaeda's thinking about how there's been no real civilization nearby, and there are no real stonemasons nearby as well, and
Mhm.
potentially any other sources that might have turned something into stone.
You roll me a history check. Think back through your studies.
21.
I have like a little. Oh, never mind.
You have heard of creatures that have the ability to turn other things to stone. Not so much that would be in a forest. Like, the only thing that comes to mind to you is like, is certain chimeras can do it. But like that wouldn't usually take place in a like within like the forest, and not usually to a rabbit. But you know of petrification, and this kind of resembles what you've been taught of that.
Where did you say you found this?
Just down, we can show you. Down.
Just it was just in a clearing
just
over
in
there.
a clearing with the rabbits.
Maybe 150 feet away, just that direction. We found a couple of rabbits in a small clearing, and when we went to go pick them up, there was this statue off to the side. Basically, it was just there.
Is
I've seen
there an
Gideon.
expression of? Yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
Sorry, I'll just send Gideon into that general direction just to see if he can see any signs of a potential animal or creature.
Roll me a perception check.
Is there a look of like fear as of like this rabbit's being preyed upon at the moment of being petrified?
Not really.
Guys.
Like it's hard to tell.
Really good or really bad?
Oh,
1 in a 20?
No.
Give
No
advantage or
way.
disadvantage?
Advantage.
Oh,
Send it with
yeah! Let's go!
These are all
You
good rolls. coming
don't
in.
see any creatures specifically, but you do note that there is a small little cave nearby.
Does that seem more accurate for the home of that sort of creature?
Too small for a chimera.
Okay. I explain to the party, I feel as though something has done this. Now, of this world, typically, it could be, one of multiple creatures, although it doesn't quite make sense in this scenario. There is a cave nearby, and it seems a little bit too small to house one of said creatures. So whether it is something otherworldly, I'm not sure. Not too keen to stick around and find out, but petrifications is a serious thing, so I'd rather not stick around and hang around.
I'd love to see a statue of Fluffy, but I would like to see that as the champion of the tournament and not actually himself. So
I prefer to see him bronze, not stone.
I appreciate. I was worried with where you were going with that, Little. So I appreciate that. Thank you.
Or we could add one more to the.
Or we could add another.
That could go on the breastplate, Lindell.
We could
On
use
the-
it. We could
on
use
the-
a silver head.
Yeah, those prates are pretty cool.
Right. Yeah. Breastplate.
Um,
Amos has a mouthful of rabbit foot. at the moment.
I mean, I'm never one to walk away from a fight. I'm keen to go and have a look at what this thing is.
Maybe after this we could go back and to the lake, and you could say hello to the tentacle monster.
Well, there's no
Look, this is more our style. It's on ground, not.
no
in-
need to be
in the
petty.
Maybe we can turn Amos into a rock and throw him in the water.
Azov is
wouldn't.
turning like into a new character, just super pet and like angry.
Maybe you and Amos go first and see what's what.
Listen, buddy. All right, next time. you
Okay,
can
we've
come
been
with me.
together for like 30 years.
He's basically
We know each
he's
other.
my dad, essentially. He's my dad.
Stop gluing your dad. Mental.
Sorry,
Every
Dad.
time.
Sorry, Dad.
We are also on a timer as well.
Sorry,
so
Ben.
Back in time for the tournament.
It's true.
Oh, yeah. Yes. Okay. We should probably leave this to Fluffy. Let him make the decision if he wants to get back for his
Yeah,
tournament
I mean-
or he wants to.
Let's be
Still got
honest.
like a couple
One
days.
piece.
The world is sort of in shambles. We don't really need to be going and searching out trouble right this second. So I think we just go. We'll go back to Miletus. I've got the induction day tomorrow for the tournament.
Wait, he said something about the induction day, but then he said that it wasn't necessarily the next day.
It's
that the
2
tournament
days.
was.
2 days in before the tournament was the induction day. So the induction day is tomorrow. Is from
We could always
the
come back.
days that I can remember. Pebble. Yeah,
Mhm.
and then 2 days later is the tournament. So we could. There's a whole day in between. Like we could do something.
We've got plenty of things we need to check in on. I mean, I was thinking while on watch last night, I was looking at this book from Kahir, and I'm wondering if there's leads in this, if we can get it transcribed, that could maybe point us in the direction of more followers of Fanax.
Yeah.
Names, places.
It could be a
temples,
bit of a hit,
temples,
bit of a
places.
hit list.
Yeah, we could.
I like
We
it.
could definitely. That's another thing we could look at to see if we wanted to hunt down some more
I'm down. I
followers of Fanax. It could be something there.
I scoff down my rabbit and I mount my horse.
I scoff down my horse and I mount my rabbit.
I knew someone was going to do it. Daxos.
Okay.
Am I writing Daxos? Is that what I'm writing?
I think so. Yeah, yours is
Yeah, I think it
Daxos.
was Daxos. Yeah.
Night Howler.
Night Howler, that's right. So I mount Daxos and say, away!
Shoot. It's the shoe that gets me.
Way.
Away!
Hi, horse.
Away!
Roll me an animal handling check.
Me?
Yeah.
Way.
I hope this horse bucks you.
You mother bucker.
I'm pretty sure I've got pretty decent. Oh, no, not really. 14.
Nah, you're fine.
Low hanging branch.
Hopping onto the horses, you all begin the brief journey back to Miletus.
Only takes a couple hours, right?
Yeah, only
Yeah.
takes a couple hours.
Yeah.
As you approach the hill that you kind of rise over, that you come over, a number of times to look over Miletus, you come over and what you see kind of shocks you. Miletus has always been like this city against the coast, and it's kind of like circular in its shape, kind of like semicircular as it comes around and hits the ocean. Branching right next to Miletus is another city. They
As
look
it-
like they almost like there's the wall of Miletus, and part of it is no longer there, and part of this city seems to be inside Miletus, and then the city seems to cut off at like an awkward section,
Oh,
and there are people everywhere.
Oh, dear.
Even from over this, you can see groups of people just like all around the place.
Wow.
I hope the tournament's still on.
Or I get my money back. One of the two.
Now's the time to have the tournament. They have a lot of viewers.
That's true.
A lot
Yeah.
more competition.
Yeah, that's true too.
Like, they gotta have some way of getting into the Champions.
Yeah, they're not going to put him in the Champions League straight away. That's a very good point, Amos.
Alright, well,
just
let's head in.
keep
Nothing on the
riding.
outside of the walls on our side of the city, though.
Like there's groups of people, yeah,
We can see.
groups of
Do we
beings.
see these elves?
You can see like humanoids. You
Hmm.
can't like discern them at this distance.
Oh,
You're still,
we're
like,
fair well
a
away.
you're
Yeah.
still like a mile and probably a mile out.
Wow,
Right,
okay.
Like this is like you come over the hill and you're overlooking
Gotcha.
like this, like you're overlooking the city.
Coastline, basically.
Okay.
Yeah. You can still see that there's people there, but just you can't make out discernible things. However, as you approach, you begin to gradually be able to make out more and more. And you get kind of closer and closer, and you start to see these humanoids with some of them having, and most of them having some form of like their ears come up to a point. They seem to vary in sizes. Some of them have, you see a few of them with very large pointed ears, and almost like these really dark eyes. You see some that have only very slightly pointed, almost looking human. You see some that are covered in that are bright colors, ranging across different shades of yellow and green, red and blue.
right.
Awesome.
I'm getting there. You can shut up. You see some that seem to stick more to the seem to be sticking more to the shadows, pale skinned or with this like a greyish tone to their skin. And they're all kind of like scattered around on the outskirts of their wall, because there is this other city seems to have its own wall. It's very kind of ornate wall. Yeah, that's what you see as you approach.
Are the cities two completely different types? Like Miletus is very city town, like buildings, and then this other one is like castle type situation. Yeah. Right. Okay. So with towers and peaking roofs and that sort of thing. Right. Okay.
Is there a unique landscape that came with the city, like a forest or mountain outcropping or anything like that?
Kind of on the north side of it, where you guys come up, there is a very dense forest.
But it's separated by that wall, kind of, or
so there's the wall, and then there's like a small break, and then this really dense forest, and then that's where it kind of, and then along the forest it gets it kind of cuts off, and it goes back kind of to the Theros landscape, and that's where it kind of seems to cut out a section of the city, as it's just like this Theros, the Theros plains.
Right. Having been in Elaeda for like a long time, do we know what would have been where that new castle city area is?
There was where the bit of Miletus that seems to be missing. Seems to be part of some of the housing district, as well as, hard to tell from where you are, possibly the garrison area.
Trost is going to be gone.
As in where we were previously speaking to Trost?
Yes.
Right, okay. Interesting.
Is that near the Temple of Athreos? Okay.
Cool. So I guess when we get towards the front gate, is it closed, open? What's it look like?
It is open. There are guards out, but it is open. The guards kind of see you, and either knowing of you or having seen you around, they just kind of like one of them kind of beckons you over. Come here, please.
Right up.
Away.
You're the Six Heads, aren't you?
We are. Coming back from Akros? Akros?
Yes. Okay. Well, obviously there's quite a lot going on in the town.
We can see that.
I would think do your best to avoid the district that's most affected by this. It's a little tense at the moment between all the parties involved. But
there's a couple of us that have a few errands to run in the city. One of which is we would like to speak to Trost. Is he around? Because as far as I'm aware, his garrison was on that side of the city.
Was is the correct wording for that. The garrison is half of the garrison building is gone. I think because of that, Trost has been relocated to the council chambers. So if you wish to speak to him, you will need to go there. Although finding an audience with him at the moment may be difficult. There's a lot of work going on for the council and for Trost at the moment.
I do understand. And also, my friend here actually was meant to be having his induction day into the Champions Arena. Is that still going ahead at the moment?
I haven't heard. I've seen the leagues go on during wars. They use half the time they pause the war just for the league, so I would be surprised if they I would be surprised if they let this stop them.
Good.
The world will end and they'll still run.
Good. And just a general question: how the new folks been? Have they been causing many problems? Any issues?
Not for the most part. You know. Probably no more trouble than we've been causing them.
What is the demeanor of this pointy-eared folk?
Depends on the one you speak to, it seems. They're very varied people. But most of them are just confused. Which I think is
as
fair
always.
enough in the current state.
I mean,
Yeah.
As much as we are, I
yeah,
suppose.
yeah.
But
Is this?
Have they alluded
there are
to
some that
their-
appear to be a little hostile, but
and
most seem receptive, I guess.
Hmm.
Have they alluded to their identifying traits, aspects, where they're from, who they are?
I mean, like, I've only heard kind of rumors of it. I believe they were a large elven haven city from wherever they're from. But I know very little else other than that.
Do you know if their leader is possibly speaking with the 12 at all?
I believe that was happening more today as well. It was happening a lot of yesterday too.
Well, thank you for the information. We'll be heading inside now, I guess.
How are the city
Stay
supplies?
safe and be careful.
You too.
Are they?
City has
trade
plenty of
rates
supplies.
Kind of normal.
People have been a little scared to leave because they don't know what's along the way at the moment.
Well,
So trade
can-
is a little slow, but there's communication being done between some of the priests about trying to organize some form of party to clear the way.
Well, if you could share this information, we've got a little bit of knowledge on the path between Acroas and Miletus, but we ran across it looks like a transplanted river basically, and it has a creature in it that is very dangerous. So if you want to warn people that are going that way to, to go around, or maybe even if you can send people to make a path around, that's a little bit more obvious than just trekking through the woods. I think that might be a good idea moving forward, just to kind of heads up. So
Okay, I'll pass that on to anyone I see leaving, and you might do your best to mention that to Trost.
okay.
All right, well, be careful in there. It's a bit of a madhouse.
Cool.
Thank you.
So, Fluffy, do you need to head directly to the induction
I think
site?
it's tomorrow, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm all good.
What's the time at the moment? Just
Probably
before
like-
lunch?
Yeah, like
10
early
o'clock.
It's mid-afternoon. Mid-morning.
Mid-morning, right, okay. I think I want to go speak to Trost and just inform him about here and kind of tell him what we've seen on our way back from Acroas. Perhaps, Linda, if you would like to accompany me, you maybe might want to speak to your father.
Or is it worth speaking to Mum?
Mom.
Yeah, I mean, I would rather
Possibly.
talk to my mom than my dad, to be honest. But I don't know if my being there might help you grant audience with the council. So
Well, that's what I was thinking. If I can
Is it
possibly...
gonna
speak to
hurt or
Trost.
hinder us?
Nah, it ain't gonna hinder us. I mean, I
Okay.
don't think he's gonna. I mean, maybe, but I think it's better chances than not. So
Mm.
It doesn't sound like we all need to be doing the one thing. If we don't have too many days free. I'm looking to get a few things done. I think I might visit my temple. If you guys are fine doing your thing, there's enough of you doing that. I don't think we're in any danger here at the moment. A lot of people, but I don't see anything going down.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Especially during the day as well.
Take this book with you, Azoth, and see if, I don't know, maybe there's information that Lilio can share with us on this book from Kahir. I mean, I don't know. I think it's grasping at straws, but it's worth having everybody check that we can. So,
I might grab the piece off of Lyndall and go check out the acolytes of Arabos. If there's something else to do as well, because I don't need to go with Amos and Lyndall to. Did you want to come with me later? Or have you got something else you gotta do?
No, I'll come with you.
Yep.
Alright. Let's just jump through these quickly so we're not, spending ages while we're all doing other things. So we'll start with Amos and Lyndall. You guys rock up to the council quarters. See, I believe it's Jasper?
I think it was...
No, Jasper's the house.
Jasper was your house.
Cleon.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Cleon, sorry.
Butler.
You find, and he kind of sees you there and says, yes, Master Lyndall, how can I help?
We were hoping we could speak with Trost. I don't know if that's something that we can do just us and Trost, or if we need to meet with the entire council, but I mean, either way, we need to get some information to Trost.
I can try and find out if he's got some time free, but I very much doubt at the moment. I believe he's actually in a meeting with the council and the leader of the Elven Nation.
May be relevant to the council. We were assisting Trost with a missing person. We found such person, and we do need to deliver some information to Trost and possibly the 12.
Possible you leave that information with me and I'll pass it on, or?
I don't think that would be wise. It's probably best to go directly to the 12.
Not a problem. I can send notice for when they have a moment free.
Yes.
At the moment, there are many very pressing things being handled.
I understand. Okay, we will we'll just hang about here for a second and just decide what we want to do.
Not a problem. Feel free to take a seat. If they get a small recess or something, maybe you can sneak a conversation with Trost or the likes, okay? Take a seat, I'll let you know if there is.
Did you say you were letting them know we were here, or no? That's...
I will endeavour to, but
Okay.
not right this moment.
Thank you, Cleon.
So as we walk away from Cleon, I'm just going to say that, Lyndall, do you think if you speak to your mother, she may possibly allow us to speak to Trost or your father quicker?
Usually my dad is kind of buried in business and not much as far as family matters, unless it's like dire emergencies, kind of pulls him away from that. So I think our best bet is to follow.
Wait around just so we can find out.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I don't know that my mom would be willing to interrupt in any case, unless again it was some dire emergency. So.
Okay, I understand. Well, in that case, we'll just wait around and see if I forgot his name, whatever his name is. Cleon. Yeah, if Cleon can.
And then we could just let them know where we're staying, and then they could send word for us. I mean, given if once they get this information from us, they're gonna want to talk to us. They're gonna.
Oh, absolutely, correct. So we'll just hang around for now. And we'll just take a seat inside the waiting area, I guess.
No worries. We'll come back to you guys. Azoth, what are we doing?
Just heading straight to the temple.
No worries.
Just going to let myself in, find the first person to see if they know where Lilio is, if she is available to be spoken with.
easy enough to find one of the other acolytes, and they lead you off to where Lilio is kind of is praying in the main kind of shrine area. Sees you, kind of hears you walk in, looks over her shoulder and says, I wondered if you'd come back with everything going on. How are you?
I'm well, thank you. Would you believe me if I said that my associates and I are involved in what's going on? Last we met, apart from that dagger thing, I've already forgotten about it. I asked you to trust me because I thought we were on some kind of path. Long story short, we were escorting an Eidolon that was a Oracle of Phaenax, and led us to where were we? The
Crypts of the Lost.
Crypts of the Lost.
Near Adonis.
Near Adonis, yeah.
Yeah, there was a bit of a tussle. It seems that Phaenax may be up to something. He's looking into things. We're not sure, but we saw this, these constellations, and it seemed like it looked like Phaenax was like opening up some void in the sky, parting planes. I don't know. This was right before the ground shook, not too long ago. That was just prior to it.
I saw it too.
Yeah.
I don't know what he was doing, but he seems to have moved the planes.
We spoke with some priests, and what we know so far is that there's no way to contact the gods at this point. I'm sure you know. And yeah, we don't know what's going on. We do. I have this book. There was another oracle of Phaenax, Kahia. She's actually, she was local to Meletus. She was assisting Vyas in attending to whatever deeds Phaenax was looking to get done. Something to do with the river Styx. Phaenax is looking for something, but we have this book. We can't seem to understand it, but we were hoping that it may lead to something. We're kind of at a loss at the moment. There's a lot happening at the moment, and none of it seems to make sense. So,
yeah. Well, may I?
Yes.
And just puts hands up. Takes it and then just starts looking at it. She's well, I understand the language, but it seems to be written in some form of maybe code or encryption.
Yeah.
I could try, but it would take me some time.
Maybe I could stay and assist. I'm not in really any rush. My compatriots are off running other tasks. I'm sure I could stay for a little while.
Yeah, not a problem. I would appreciate the help. If you'd like to come to my study, we can get started on deciphering this, and kind of lead you off and to kind of get to work trying to decipher as much as you can.
Cool.
Getting busy.
Anyone else, I suppose?
Fluffy and Elaeda.
We go to the Temple of Arabos.
Okay. Make it to the temple. That is like kind of surrounded by the grave area. By like.
And remind me again, Arabos is he's the
God of the dead.
The underworld, right? The dead.
God of the dead.
Okay.
And asked to speak with Well, is there anyone that comes out? Do we see anyone around the temple?
There's like an acolyte around, like
Yeah.
so kind of he's kind of tending the graves
Okay.
as you approach.
Hi. Hello.
Hello. How can I help today?
Well, my name is Fluffy, and this is Elaeda. We
Lovely to meet the two of you.
have a question that we believe an acolyte of Arabos would be able to help us with.
Okay.
We have this burial pot, or shard of a burial pot, that has a inscription written on it. Now we know, obviously, we can read the inscription, but I'm wondering if you can give us any more information on the shard, on the burial pot shard, or like, can you just see what it is? Hand him the burial pot shard.
And just looks at it. Vayas. Who's Vayas?
Yeah. It's not a very nice person.
Look, it seems like a standard burial pot that we've kind of moved away from using this style, so I'm guessing it's from one of the crypts, if I had to guess.
What do you mean by one of the crypts? Like a local, like a local crypt, or?
Could be local, could be from the Crypts of the Lost. More likely local though with this design. The artwork is Molitan. If you see here, and he kind of points to this little tiny corner on it that's got like this little piece of artwork. It's like hard to see with amongst like the damage, but he's just like, see this little piece here. This is a piece of artwork that's mainly done here in Melitus. So it's probably from one of the crypts. Maybe to the south?
Whereabouts to the south? Or can you give us a place?
I mean, it's typically they're just from like in various different areas. I don't know exactly where. Like,
okay.
Sometimes they're within the cities. They're just like the crypts in the cities.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen this
down there?
style of pottery or pottery art from a particular artisan?
There's not enough of it for me to. There's not enough of the art for me to discern maybe who did it. Sorry.
What's the percentage of pot that's there?
It's like only like this much. It's like a little bit.
There's no way of like.
The burial urns are big, right? Like they're.
Yeah, like the burial, like it's an urn. An urn is like.
Yeah.
It would like hold your ashes or something type thing. Yeah, that's what we're talking.
I didn't know if they would be bigger, like belonging style, holding and stuff like that.
Yeah, these are like this type of urn is probably like an urn like that, and you've got like a fragment of it.
Okay.
So is there anything else that you can see on it that would possibly give us any more information on it? Or is that all you can... I know there's not much to go on, I apologize. But I'm very thankful for you giving us this information so far.
Look, I think... Look, I think that's probably all I can help you with. But yeah, it's strange. Just
what's strange?
You have a burial pot. You have a piece of burial pot with a command to silence someone. Why would you not just write that on parchment? Seems strange.
A very good point. Gesture for him to pass the burial pot back.
Passes it over.
Well, thank you for your help today. I really appreciate it. What was your name again?
Athalos.
Athalos, is there a place where but typically they're used for cremations and whatnot. The ashes are put in urns. Is there a place where these sort of pyres or cremations are done in Miletus?
Yeah. Or the
They're done here.
I mean, sometimes they're done here. More often done at the Temple of Athreos.
That's right.
Thank
you.
One last question: who, in your expert opinion, who makes the pots? Who is it? You guys, or is it who actually makes them?
Typically, some of the artisans from the in the city make them, and we or the families purchase them off them.
Okay. Can you give me their names and?
Certainly. There's and then he's gonna kind of go through them.
Reel them off.
Gives you two names of different two artisans within Miletus.
Mm-hmm.
They are Fajen, 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 and Machine.
Yeah. Cool.
Okay.
Thank you. Thalos, thank you very much.
Most welcome.
And I
Best
think
of luck.
we walk away later if you don't have any more questions.
No, that's it for me.
Okay. We'll jump back to Amos and Lindor. At one point, the steward kind of walks away, comes back, and he's like, "Look, I am sorry. I don't think there will be time today. Is likely to be in meetings for the rest of it.
Can we schedule something for tomorrow? Is there like a way we can...
If you come tomorrow, it's around sunrise. You should be able to speak to Tross before the meetings start again."
Okay.
Yep.
We can try that. Sounds like a good plan.
We will come back. We'll come back just before sunrise.
Okay, not a problem. Thank you.
Thank you.
Farewell. Cool.
We'll head to where Azoth is.
Yep.
No worries. Yeah, so I mean, you'll head back to the Temple of Heliod. Are you just gonna go outside or just stay in there?
I'll stay outside. I'm pretty sure. What, Lyndall? You go in, don't you?
No, I'm not going to. I want to stay out and I want to have a conversation with you.
Okay. All right, we'll both stay out.
Yeah. So Amos, I was thinking maybe if there's some more time today, we could go to the Temple of Clothis and ask about Craig. Just to see if he's a familiar face to them. I don't know if we pry too deep because I don't want to make too much known of what we may know around the God of Destiny, but I would like to know who this guy is.
I like it.
If there's any information to find out. So maybe once Azoth, and maybe we can do it together. I don't know. Like, I mean, it's not something that's high on priority, but I think it'd be interesting to find out some more about him. So
yeah, let's do it. Yep, sounds good. And we would know where the Temple of Clothos is in Miletus, or wherever he has one.
Clothos doesn't really have a temple in Miletus. Has a shrine, but the her temple is outside of the city.
Far outside the city?
Couple miles out. There is a general people are generally uncomfortable around oracles and that of the God of Destiny, especially commoners. You guys would know this growing up and in the area. There is kind of this general unease around them. A lot of people kind of whisper of whether or not the oracles know when they're going to die, or have seen their future and what they might do, and it makes people very uncomfortable. So because of that, the temple is held a little bit out of the main city.
I mean, is it on the other side of where this castle has like interjected with Miletus?
It's kind of close to the coast on like the northern or northeastern side.
Right. Okay. Gotcha.
Whether it's like where that city is more of like the western edge of the city.
Gotcha.
Take you a few hours, but you guys could walk there.
Walk there? I mean, we've still got our horses. We could just ride.
Horses, yeah, you can ride there. Yeah.
What do you think, Lyndall? Should we just take a ride outside?
I'm down. Maybe we can ask to see. I mean, because we don't know how long Amos is going to be. To see how long he might be, and then leave him word of where we might meet up. I don't think we really did that with the rest of us. So I don't know. Maybe just let him know we can meet up this evening at Arabos.
Yeah. Yep. Let's do it.
Yeah. So I'll go up and I'll find an acolyte and be like, excuse me, my friend is in communing with Lilio, and I would like to send him a message when he's done. If I can do that.
Would you like me to relay the message?
Yeah, if you could. I mean, if that's not too inconvenient.
No, I can do that for you. They're just away studying. I can.
So just his name is Azoth, and I want to let him know that that Lyndall and Amos are going out to the Temple of Clothis, and just to kind of ask about some people, and we will meet them back at Harpy's Nest. Was it Nest or Rest?
Nest.
Yeah. So we'll meet them back at Harpy's Nest if that's. Yeah, we do that.
No worries. Well, I'll go and pass that on.
Thank you.
Thank you.
No worries. Goodbye.
Cool. So we're heading.
May the sun guide you. And then he turns around and walks back in.
Cute.
Anything else?
No.
That message is relayed to you shortly after. Azoth walks in the door and is just as sorry to interrupt your studies, but two of your friends dropped by, I believe Amos and Lyndall, so they'll meet at the Harpy's Rest tonight.
Be cool, Azoth. Yes, thank you. I appreciate that.
No worries.
Is that all?
Is the Temple of Arabos near us or on the way out of the town or anything? Maybe we could swing by and pick up Fluffy and Elaeda? Have them come with?
Yeah, it's kind of on the way.
Yeah, even if it's not like direct, we can swing by there and just kind of see what they're doing if we can bump into them.
Yeah.
I think you'd run into them as you were heading there because they'd be heading back by now.
I wanted to quickly go to the stadium. Just to confirm.
That's fine. We can keep doing our own things. Just wanted to more or less let you know that we're maybe just meet up at the Harpies tonight.
Mm-hmm.
If for some reason we don't bump into each other before then, so
I'm down.
All right.
Yep.
People split off again. Fluffy, what do you want to do at the?
I just want to find out the time that I need to be there tomorrow for the induction. Noon? Done.
Go over there. You ask the question. He says noon.
Thanks.
Job done. Noon. Tournament is still going ahead. Neither rain nor sleet nor skag.
I go and start drinking at the Harpy's Nest.
Okay.
Wait, it's in the morning, isn't it?
It is like at
midday.
this point it's like early afternoon.
Yeah, I go and start drinking. Yeah.
Easy.
Yeah.
It's dusk somewhere.
Yeah. Hey, it's 12 o'clock somewhere.
Yeah, DM question. Is there a Temple of Phaenax in Miletus?
Not really.
Not
Due
really.
to the nature of who like Phaenax is and what he's the god of, his temples are typically keeping more of a secret. So like he has his oracles that might be around, and he has there's shrines, but not so much temples.
Okay.
There's like the followers of Phaenax will meet up, but typically that's like communicated in like private, secretly.
Yeah, well, everything's fucking coded thus far. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Just thinking.
We'll jump back. We'll jump back to Amos and Fluffy. No, Amos and Lyndall. Sorry.
Cool. So you said it takes probably an hour, maybe, if probably not even that on the horses, or
Elaeda's with them.
Yeah, not even. Okay, easy. Probably not even that long.
right. Okay, so as we rock up to the Temple of Clothos, is there anyone at the front, or is it closed doors that look welcoming? What's it look like?
The doors are closed. And you can't see anyone around, but you can kind of see like flickering candlelight on the inside.
Should we go up and knock, Lyndall, or should we perhaps wait for someone?
No, I mean I don't want to wait around. I would. I think we just go look, see if anybody's around.
Okay, let's do it. So I'm gonna walk up to the door and I'm gonna knock on the front door.
No worries. After you knock, you hear a voice, kind of this quiet voice. Yes, just a moment. And then the door kind of opens inward, and you see a short little satyr woman standing on the other side. Hello. Welcome to the Temple of Clothos. How can I help?
Hello. My name is Amos, and this is my compatriots Lyndall and Elaeda. We had a few questions about a person that we ran into who actually said he was a follower of Clothos. Lyndall, was it?
He said he was an oracle.
An oracle of Clothos. And we just wanted to, I suppose, double check that he was who he says he is.
Yeah, well, and he asked us to check in with him, and we weren't sure how to find him at the end of the day, so we wanted to just kind of check and see if this may be where he worships or comes to commune with, or attempt to commune with Clothos.
Well, I've only been here for a short amount of time. You may want to speak to the High Priest. I can go get him for you, okay? Bear with me.
Yes, please. Mm-hmm.
Runs off. And she comes back shortly. And is followed by an elderly satyr who walks down and kind of slowly kind of wanders down. Oh, hello, all of you. How are you?
Good, thank you. We were just mentioning to your friend there.
Good to see you again. How are you?
Again?
Oh, it's been
Have we met before?
some few decades, I guess, now, hasn't it? I guess that makes sense. You might forget. Anyway.
Do we recognize him? Are there any features that are recognizable?
It's at this point Amos recognizes him.
He doesn't seem to share features with Amos, if that's what you're wondering.
No. I'm sorry I didn't recognize you. You're right, it's been... Oh, what? 30 years? Or somewhere around about?
Something like that, yes. It's been quite a long time. I mean, I guess things are going well. You're still around?
Yes, things are going very well, and I did exactly I've done exactly as I was told, and I made sure that I never forsake the child. Anyway,
Good.
it is good to see you again, but we do have another, I suppose, mission that we are working on at the moment. Does the name Krieg ring a bell for you at all?
In regards to what? I don't think so.
We had a run-in with this man named Krieg, who said he was an oracle of Clothos, and at the end of our interaction, he told us that we should seek him out, to speak to him, and we had to come back to Miletus.
And he
For a
told you to
multitude of
seek him out in here at the Temple of Miletus.
Well, not exactly. He didn't actually tell us where to find him, and we were headed this way, so we thought we'd check with the closest temple we could.
He said
Okay,
we would find him if we looked, basically. So,
Right. It's a bit cryptic, isn't it?
yeah, oracles tend to talk like that.
Some of us aren't that bad, I swear. No, I'm the oracle for this temple, and I know the others of the other temples. None of them are Krieg. Called Krieg.
Can
He's-
I recount what Krieg looks like to the oracle and just
6-foot-tall gentleman in a nice robe and a cane.
can I recall that, like, and any discerning features that he may have, and just say, does this man sound familiar in any sort of way?
I don't believe so. Not anything more than not that it jumps out. I would offer to seek him out, but as I'm sure you're aware, the abilities of oracles have been hampered by the recent going-ons.
Yes, we've been told the same by a few different people.
I'm sorry, my name is Lyndall. What was your name?
Pathelios.
Athelios. When I'm under the understanding that Clothis has been unreachable before this incident. Am I mistaken that? Like, she hasn't been available to commune with, or no?
She's able to be communed with. Well, has been up until the most recent thing.
Okay, maybe I misunderstood that then.
She doesn't get as involved as some of the other gods, but she's still there, guiding and helping people find their path.
Sorry, I must ask. You being the followers of Destiny and Clothis, did you not see this happening or this disconnection coming in the future? Is this something that you anticipated, or?
We had been communicating with Clothis about trying to find about, the future, and in our foresight we had read into what would be a silence. This was not what we imagined. Not all readings are easy to understand, if that makes sense.
Were there any other details of these readings that seemed somewhat cryptic, or?
I am not comfortable sharing that, I'm sorry. It's, especially now, I would not like to mislead you by giving you false information.
What of us? Did you see us in this?
Specifically you? No.
Mhm.
I watch a much grander scale than small groups.
Fair enough.
That's my specific area is watching the movements of the cities, the polises.
Just a quick question: when we saw all the gods in the skies and Phaenax was trying to rip through the plains, was it Heliod and Clothos that were missing that we didn't see?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
And also Mogus and Arabos
They were
weren't
fighting each other.
helping,
But
they were fighting each other. That was
But we know that as normal. That those two are always
Yeah.
fighting each other, aren't they? Yeah. Okay.
pretty well.
Cool. Thanks.
So
Yeah, that Heliod and
You-
Clothos were
you-
actually missing. Sorry.
you being the followers of insight and perspective, would you not be curious to know what we know about this occurrence? Like, yes, we're just a small group, but we do have a somewhat of an involvement on a large scale as well. I, for one, wouldn't mind sitting down, perhaps over a cup of tea, and just discussing what we've seen, and maybe you can provide some further perspective also from your end.
If you would like, I don't know how much my perspective will help, being that I commune mainly with about the polises. But if you'd like to, I'm more than happy to.
We have
I
word
have time.
of Acroas, what's been happening there.
Yes, I've heard from our sister temple the some of the interesting going-ons there.
Well, between here
Um,
and Miletus, or between there and Miletus also, there is significant change and far more than we
Well,
originally anticipated.
Take a seat. We'll have a chat, if you would like.
Sure. Method acting right. The tea.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I said tea because I'm having tea, and I'm like, yeah, I can just sit down and...
All right, you go off and you have a chat with him, letting him know, I guess, the state and everything. I don't know how much do you want to share.
I suppose, like, just what we found on the way here between the changing landscape and odd species that we discovered as well. But I'll guess the rest regarding the what we saw in the sky. Everyone would have seen what happened in the sky anyway, but everything that we
Yeah.
experienced in the...
Everyone that was awake, or not necessarily awake, everyone that went outside for it.
Yeah. I gesture to the other two and just say, that's all that I can think of off the top of my head, unless there was anything
Mhm.
you two wanted to add.
Can I mention that we didn't see Clothos in the list of gods, and kind of ask?
Yeah, ask about that for sure.
Yeah.
I
Why
noted
is
that
that?
too. I mean, to me, it's pretty simple. If Clothos doesn't feel the need to intervene, it must be the path.
Is it possible that Clothis was not in Nyx during this?
Possible, I presume. She could have been somewhere else. But,
Has she done something like that before?
pardon me, sorry. The only time she hasn't been in Nyx was when she was imprisoned years ago. Like a century.
Where was she imprisoned? And by
I
who?
bel-
Who can imprison a god?
believe it was some of the other gods.
Was
Could that be?
Phaenax one of those gods?
Pardon?
Was Phaenax one of those gods?
Clothis never revealed who.
She get out.
I believe
She
it may have.
figures out-
It might have also had something to do with the Titans, but I'm not sure.
Has Clothos ever revealed herself as a form other than you know?
I mean, her main form is that of a is this, and points up, and if you guys have seen the
I'm
pictures
looking
of
at her. I'm looking at her now.
like he describes that as the form
Yeah,
that
it's
she
like a
typically
red
presents herself.
woman. She's got some like horns coming out of her shoulders. She's got some on her head
Yeah.
as well. Got a blindfold on, a mask on
Yeah.
two masks on either side. Yeah.
That is like although not currently looking that have decent.
Hmm.
It's that.
Mhm.
That
Yeah.
is what he describes and what he points to as a piece of artwork in the room that you're in.
So she's only ever, I suppose, been depicted as what we see here.
Yes.
Okay, I understand. Well, if you've never heard of an oracle called Krieg and he never gave us any details, then it leads to me to believe that he may not have been who he said he was. And that perhaps we should be a little bit on edge or aware that if we ever do come across him again, possibly he may not be the friendliest of people to converse with.
You would know of all the high priests and oracles of Clothis, though, right?
Correct.
You're with
Yes, I do. None of them match that description or that name.
He seemed especially
Adept,
powerful
yeah, like,
without. And there was one more thing as well. He mentioned that he avoided being or getting involved as much as he could, but then assisted and intervened. But toward the end, he told us that for some reason our group had an effect on the timing of destiny. Is that something that's even possible in the eyes of
I
the
mean-
followers of Clothis?
There are those heroes, the great warriors, the champions, who, as the stories say, paths were not written by destiny, but who made their own fate. Maybe he believes that you are such beings. That is
I
interesting.
have a
Are Clothos champions or true believers and followers of Clothos? Is there personality that of a cockiness and an arrogant type, or is that not particularly the type of follower of Clothos?
I feel like that just depends on whether or not the person's a douche.
He was a
Yeah.
douche!
He's just a douche. I get it.
Asshole!
one more question for me, and I think I'll be okay. He spoke to me about something very seemed very personal and direct. He said that he felt like I would be more at home in the packs than I would behind the walls. What does that mean? Or does that mean anything to you?
I mean, it could mean a few things. Typically, the groups that roam in the packs would be like, I mean, they're the bands, so it's not them. Maybe do you get along well with Leonans?
Yeah, a little bit.
He may be speaking about that.
What is the PAX? Sorry, I don't know if that's a DM question or not, but would I know?
You'd know that, like, in reference, if, like, in this kind of context, as he's mentioned the Leonans kind of live in packs, in like, these family packs. And you would know as, like, and most people would know, a lot of the Leonans have a distrust of the gods, ranging from, I don't like them, to the gods type belief. some of them actively hunting followers of the gods. Like, yeah, like there's a lot of them that really don't like the gods. So,
But Fluffy likes Arabos or something. Is it? Is a follower
mean-
of Arabos?
I think
Fluffy is, yeah.
Okay, yeah. I just wasn't. I couldn't remember what it was. Yeah. Okay.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Thank you. That adds some context to what he was referring to when he spoke to me. So
Okay. Well, I think we've taken up enough of your time, and you've cleared a few things up for us. It was eye-opening to see you again. Thank you. Perhaps
Most
we will
welcome.
meet each other once again.
Perhaps. So, perhaps not.
And I'll take my leave.
Farewell. You guys
Thank you.
head on out. Heading on back to the Harpy's Nest.
we make
Yeah.
our own destiny. Bye.
Yeah, heading on back.
The call is
Easy.
wild, bitch.
You guys head on back to the city. Kind of get in, head over to the Harpy's Nest. See Fluffy already there. Number of glasses already next to him. He's
Hi guys!
cruising. I don't even have to let. Yeah, you know it.
We can perceive that he's drunk.
How drunk are you, Fluffy?
I rolled a 8 on Constitution, so I'm
drunk.
I'm drunk.
All right, I wanna try to arm wrestle him. Fluffy, you drunk bastard. Wager my debt for an arm wrestle? Double or nothing.
Oh my! Yeah. Do I roll with disadvantage or just am I
Yeah, I think
stronger?
at this point,
Am I stronger because
not-
I'm like
you're
I'm
not
just
stronger, but I don't
caution to the
necessarily think
wind?
I don't think you're weaker.
All right, I'll just normal roll.
So roll,
Straight roll?
yeah, roll strength.
Yeah, okay.
Like roll roll me a strength check. Not a saving throw, just a check.
9.
What'd you get, Lyndall?
Can't tell if it's good or bad.
A whole 3.
No!
I rolled a 4 minus 1. All right.
Roll again. It's a few rolls.
Yeah.
Dirty 20.
17.
Oh my god.
Go again. Gotta get the 3.
Dirty 20.
No way. 12.
All right. Roll me a strength saving throw, Lyndall, as you attempt to not get your arm driven through the table as a drunk Fluffy has just like
No
tried
control.
to crush your
Yeah,
hand.
no control of his strength. This man's breaking hands.
Natural 20 on them.
Oh!
Okay.
Yeah.
You feel your hand about to like almost get slammed through the table, and in this brief moment of like adrenaline kicks in, you just like hold and just like let your hand hit the table a little bit softer. But yeah, you still lose.
I could have another round!
I just wanted to check to see if you kept your strength while completely wasted, my friend.
Yeah.
Once a champion, always a
Good
champion.
words.
Huh?
After about a half an hour of messing around with each other, Azoth finally joins.
What was your debt?
Um,
Were you saying?
Yeah,
He
so you
owes
paid for
money
my
for the
horse,
horse.
right? Yeah.
Ah, yeah.
So what was that like? Oh, I gotta go back and look.
I can't remember. What
Yeah, if you pay for the whole amount.
did I?
So Azoth arrives, sees a table of his friends all drinking,
Patriots.
compatriots, all getting a little bit sauced.
As I enter, can I take a look around?
Kara is
Please.
behind the counter.
Yes.
Music again.
Because Fluffy was just like another round. Do I walk in and hear this? You just yell another round? You just yell
Yeah, I
another
did.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
did.
I did. Yeah.
round? Can I walk into the establishment hearing that,
Mhm.
clock Hera, and just call out to the table if it's within reach. On me, boys, and 6 heads.
6 heads!
This one's on me. Triumphant.
Yes, yeah!
And then I kind of just like look over to the bar, and just gather myself, walk up to the bar.
As you approach.
Hello? Hello, is that?
I couldn't resist.
Holy
I'm
shit!
not doing that.
Yeah.
Oh man. I almost threw up my voice box then, that was so funny.
God. Good afternoon.
Hello.
Hera. I
Hello,
hope you're doing
fine.
well. I've just gotten back into town and see that things are a little bit crazy. Are you doing okay? How's the? Oh shit!
Man's losing it. He's nervous.
My family lives in a different area, so we were fine. But yes, it is a bit crazy. Are you faring well?
Yes. I'm with good company. And we've been doing okay. It's just crazy times. Everyone's a bit confused.
Indeed.
And yeah. Anyway, sorry. I'm sure.
Sorry, how can I help?
Yes. I was just going to buy my my companions around. There's 5. Better get 2 for Fluffy. I'll 6. Did they come in order before? Whatever they're having. If
I believe it's just mead.
yeah, yes. Well, I'll take 6 mead. I'm sure I'll be fine carrying that. I'm sure.
Are we watching this from the
You
table
may
like,
hand.
on the other side?
You guys can see
Surely,
it, but you
yeah.
guys are probably more paying attention to everything going on.
Well,
Probably.
can I roll an insight check as to see if like Hera's actually interested in him?
Sure.
Can I?
Can I?
If you want.
Lyndall and I provide some sort of acoustic inspiration. To sort of,
If you guys want to start
I was-
playing away,
yeah.
you can.
yeah,
I
Elaeda's
rolled,
gonna sing.
What'd you get?
Just
I rolled an
Amos?
18. Don't tell me. I want you to message it to me.
Okay.
Whispers! Whispers. While that's all going on, I'll be like, who wants to give me another arm wrestle? And see if anyone wants to come
I
over.
softened him up for you guys. Let's go.
It's about at that time that the door swings open, and in steps through a familiar face on a 6'2" slender frame holding a cane.
Freaking Craig.
Fuck.
I'm
off
always
this
up for an
guy.
arm wrestle if you'd like.
How much did that cost me, by the way, Dale?
3 silver.
Make it a
And that's where we're going to end tonight's session.
Oh man, Scott.
What does Hera look like? Did you explain what she
Angel.
previously?
Let's see if Azok remembers the description I gave.
Yeah, what's she look like, Asa?
have you seen her bottom half? We are in Theros.
Yeah, true. It's either a good thing or a bad thing.
Yeah, she could be a horse.
Is this a good thing or a bad thing?
She could
Currently, I don't have high standards, so I've just got Hera and in parentheses bar maiden.
Oh, maybe.
So I did the same thing. didn't write down a description.
She clearly didn't make an impression on me. I didn't even write her name down.
Is she human? Or is she like
She's human.
I
She
just
was,
remember her
I
from
believe short with red hair.
short
was
with
the
red hair?
description I gave.
Oh,
I was like, that was bad.
Oh, so badly want to punch Krieg in the face.
Can we?
No, we can't.
Yeah, that's what she looks like. I didn't mean to post it twice.
brilliant.
It's the first one I found. on
She's
Google.
not a hooker.
No?
Now, what hooker holds a piece of ham?
Look, you've been going to the wrong places, man. Never believe what they'll do with that ham.
Mm.
Yeah,
That
I
bad?
mean,
Why is it posting it twice each time?
I don't
It's
know.
really annoying.
That's funny.
Yeah, I can see that.
That's
yeah,
better.
yeah.
Amos,
Her
tell me,
foot's facing the
what
wrong
you
way.
see?
That's for Amos to know.
Is she swooning?
Oh my goodness, I love it.
Roll me a charisma check while you're up there. Just
Yeah, that's a good point.
Me?
Yeah.
Check. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I got a fucking +8 in charisma.
I've-
Let's do this.
I will start playing my song, and I'll give you bardic inspiration with that.
oh,
Ooh.
D4?
Yeah, D4.
Ah,
No,
D8.
D8 now.
D8.
8.
What the fuck?
Oh, this is gonna be huge.
1, 2, 3, 4. You know what? Let's go.
Wait,
Let's go
Tilly,
blue.
do you have guidance?
Not yet.
Okay.
Not yet. He says, not yet.
There's a 7, 8.
We're gonna make this chick fall in love with him.
24.
Wow.
Okay, good to know.
Smooth.
Whoa.
Even though he's dropping
Only rolled
shit
like
at the
a-
bar.
13. My D20. I only rolled a 2 on my fucking D8.
Ooh, that could be
I got a
huge.
+8 in charisma. Oh, I'm sorry. That's a saving throw. I'm sorry.
It's the
So it
same.
would be 21 instead.
Oh, yeah.
You would-
Yeah.
That's
Still pretty good.
That's still pretty good.
Still pretty
Um,
good.